be in not on Sanka on Shedim there, or so. Politics won't fight is showing yet. Was young paying for was a party in Babazi, or a JB Dankona, nation, but for work at the jail. What we were fiancé was I could do now was the empty. My amor be my in Humbi, and by any way in Dado. Zaman who are Kotia. Ye youths, a Jumazin, a Tuacha, warrior no, when you Dado, who were busy there. 2028, a crew year by an intel. Na yet 2 young Siwa, Uncle Baba. It's no Maroon Jahan conquer Wabra. Full soldiers war hand my warrior, Manami Penino, Macadam so far as Oga, also Bokum into Mugan, Okuma, Okum. Nasa, Nibaziwa 99 in Ambia. It's no so on one was now was to Kunimpa. So be it. Yes, I see. Many general secretary no pay Yak around so peacefully. Yakwaya agent in Wakasa. Police for you when they do so far. Police for almost, but in your young boy about the says, what to have been we no way a collection, we may be a so yeah. Now, as some dead will be or Maka after IGP. But so far, deployment, why as on IGP no so hard. Indeed, yesterday, Obama, bank one, and we pay. But so far, it appears that this winning that will lose. Indeed, what in Humbina, you know what is some coffee woman, we go, when she. Now, what boys be one this on there? Well, very now. No, what is some coffee? I hear say the young folk. I'm not on signing by accident.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
EpaHoaDaben.
Say it again.
EpaHoaDaben.
Daben.
Now together, EpaHoaDaben.
Awesome.
EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Baby, when you say first now you been you shut down politics. You see politics for no money or money and money. But na mumu ebinumu so nti enyina ya ni agi say ebebo ama o man na akoso na ebo 1 o'clock pe na wa ye lawyer ama o man na lawyer for enyina pon akofi akoda nyamishra
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Assassin, hey, a boy in the Mayan, Mojana.
EpaHoaDaben nti sinupi na nokre eye baako pɛ.
Ete said ye edru awia show wosi wentie happy EpaHoaDaben ukotie baby ya kabia ukase enko baby ya. Ete said ye edru awia show wosi wentie happy EpaHoaDaben ukotie baby ya kabia ukase enko baby ya.
EpaHoaDaben nti sinupi na nokre eye baako pɛ.
The president, when he addressed this house, made a claim that he had formed the leanest and most effective government in the history of our country. So I want to submit that you can have 10 ministers, another government can have 20 ministers, and the government that has 20 ministers may have a smaller government machinery, a smaller government size than you who have 10 ministers. And I want to demonstrate that, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's on record. The record is that the pegging or ranking of officials of the presidency are as follows, Mr. Speaker, since the inception of the fourth Republican dispensation. The chief of staff is pegged at the rank below the Speaker of Parliament, but above a cabinet minister who doubles as a member of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, a senior presidential advisor is pegged at the level of a cabinet minister who doubles as a member of Parliament. So a senior presidential advisor, by all intents and purposes, their salaries, emolument, conditions of service is equivalent to a cabinet minister who doubles as a member of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, a presidential advisor is pegged at the level of a cabinet minister who is not a member of Parliament. A presidential staffer is pegged at the level of a non-cabinet minister who is not a member of Parliament. And a presidential aide is pegged at the level of a deputy minister. These are the rankings since the inception of the fourth Republican dispensation. Mr. Speaker, so if you want to see the size of government and its bearing on the national exchequer, Mr. Speaker, don't just look at ministers and deputy ministers. Look at the government holistically. And Mr. Speaker, I want to submit that if you look at this government holistically, there are ministers, deputy ministers, senior presidential advisors, presidential staffers, presidential aides. President Mahama has formed arguably one of the biggest or largest governments in the history of our country as it relates to the cost on the national exchequer. What do I say? Take, for example, the president has appointed Dr. Valerie Soya as senior presidential advisor in charge of government affairs. Her rank is a cabinet minister who doubles as a member of Parliament. So her salary, her emolument, conditions of service, everything to do with her office is at the same rank as a cabinet minister who doubles as a member of Parliament. The Speaker, he's appointed a presidential advisor on economy, appointed presidential advisor for 24-hour economy, presidential advisor and special aid to the president, presidential advisor on national anti-corruption program, presidential advisor on diaspora affairs. The Speaker, he goes on to appoint presidential advisor, presidential staffer, and special aid to the vice president, presidential staffer for Black Star Experience, and then presidential staffer for diaspora affairs. Mr. Speaker, then he goes ahead to appoint 5 policy advisors to the vice president. Mr. Speaker, he tells the country that he's appointed a minister in charge of agribusiness. And yet, he's appointed director at the presidency in charge of agriculture and agribusiness. My good friend Peter Buama Otukono. The Speaker, he says he will not appoint deputy regional ministers. And he appoints 16 presidential staffers in charge of the 16 regions of our country. The Speaker, I want to submit that these presidential staffers in charge of the 16 regions of our country, in essence, as it relates to the cost on the national exchequer, are in fact, indeed, and in substance, deputy ministers of state. Mr. Speaker, he then appoints, Mr. Speaker, listen carefully, please. Mr. Speaker, he then appoints 1 presidential advisor on media, 4 directors of communication at the office of the president, 5 deputy directors of communication, 2 communication specialists, 5 technical communication assistants, 1 media aide, one assistant media liaison officer, one communications consultant. Let's say I've done the mathematics and I want to submit. Let's say I've done the mathematics that I want to submit, and I do this not from a partisan lens, but I do this as somebody who had the privilege and honor to serve as Deputy Chief of Staff. I know how it works. In terms of the cost on the national exchequer, the president has appointed 100 ministers and deputy ministers.
EpaHoaDaben Sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Free. Oh my God, be oh me betum pona free.
98.9 FM EpaHoaDaben dwumadie ni memoahamu akwaba eba dwumadie no so. Wabenu aba na mesoma ba. Just gone by Ghana Black Stars omone Chad edeboani. Ni nyina ne say ye pe apre a qualify for the next World Cup. Now, when you say World Cup, we Ghana for me nipa. Obebu sasa India. I'm for pet World Cup na fa when ya visa ko US. Omo komo nyo madwen so mbeba. Na o country and qualifier. Na visa nsebo na hu be den pa. Nti ne na asi awie no ho. Na say ya no mo de be kɔ ne de ani asem beba o. For American Dream no better than go back. Ghana Black Stars. Monkai hunu say Oman for Akuma and a Damon Samuno. There be a mother be Fabia de Bechere. I don't know how you feel about any performance, no. Nanka minimsan komudi wie nanka at least to the 1-0 cry nanka emfen na Quincy Omate. Ya ne mali nsu de besia ni Monday na trokan ya ne de call ne mali ana. Obi nsu beka se na se mali kra ya show mo na no. Nti enye hu saa. Well, on Monday as well, your #1 sports station, the commentary and analysis in your bebro, send ye ye no. And until EpaHoaDaben, your favorite afternoon show, Entimian Shasia, a nom you know. Fache say banisa. But then no so who here, Ghana Black Star bomb match and on himself. Your Maya Juma. Yan so sports, you are when it's ya. 319 could you ho, and ya jitwaso. And you kromwa. Tien fan cameo. But the other issue said, oh, my name, ye bidding come in every Pressure continues to mount on New Jaben South, Mashebedwani, the Honorable Ochrebefi. In fact, Michael Canidino. Ono ena nanoko paye ebra yekwa kwatia by election. Kodwa nanumu ase adwuma MPP aye pa wa kwatia ro. Wasi we have engaged. Wasi yaye ne ebeye bia. Nti enimsi ebewi ni. Ami Kotino. Wasi adwuma aye kra metimi akase se MPP awini pa me resign as MP. Oh yes, no they count. Ena obi anim baby okowie. But subsequently, or the actual paba. Also kasaba ne brosodo do. Inti yemfa nche na nakonwa no wonko so nia. But there is pressure mounting from a eastern region, Kufuria. And I've been on the phones, for friends sending messages. Say MP na fo bu ama won mom diom kokrumutima no. We be hem komono. But we're still looking at Akwetia by election. Any sunsuanso by what does this mean? E di empa de pa kire. MPP ehonya kono bi mu ana. Verdict no u kire mu sen. Ana a normal with by elections. Say with NDC winning Akwetia by election no, Akwetia is now officially a swing constituency. Is Akwetia a swing constituency? And then I'm Akwetia 5-5. We so Chief Justice aye free na dwuma mu. Sam komo ebedi. They di in komono na watchi nyinada. Because every day there is a new angle. And then we ensumeba ho na said ye no ya ne saa. Amanfo afiase ebo pronum say omo person be ka bibi kire Black Star format time no so maybe phone lines na ma. Na otuado oda so te wo he de yan a. Brabe tie nkomo wo fie ha. Me batasi driver bi say se botime Chief Justice dia ene na otuado ense say ye de ma mo kra. O say in fact as mo ko say na mo yi Chief Justice kura free ho no mo no otuado da so e ko Chief last time. Interesting. You want to join us live on Facebook? I want to bet me the comments na ba ebe kan kan ni nyina e de ama o. And you know, say brano bia so we take time to look at enkomo a ekoso around us. Me patch geopolitics. Me patch ne ekoso ewo amamaya hodo so. But Ghana so yanka sanso wo foreign policy o. Nhyehyaya ye de ato ho ema nkitaho a ye ne amamaya hodo nso die. And then we have a focus on Ghana and Africa. And of course, I'm not sure a baby said, "Nen ekoso nso America ne hwan no." But Emperor President Mahama can say enya dia obesa ko biemu no. E de enkomo bia ba within the sub-region ama any monitor current affairs interviews ahodo ekoso the sub-region. A lot of analysts are making reference to John Dramani Mahama. The kasa say idea enya obeko biem, and he's been cited as an example to one more almost Africa heya. Ebi di 80, ebi ko 90, ebi atena konwa no so 40 plus years. Togo a typical example. Ono kra de ne wakwa kwasesa constitution ama obey lifetime president. And the citizens Togolese for no kra no omuntimi nto abanyi mampani. Parliamentarians nebe kire. Na sane omo system de no. Se MPC na kwa kire no be mampani de ne fronya singbe obedi die. And that has generated in Komobia, and then we have a person edi san komoni, and my guest is in the studio, and you're regular analyst to unpack international relations issues named geopolitics. We'll get into these matters near the sound komoni na aba. But Ghana, as so a ne embassy Tehran. Na question is edi ne si yentia ye to sa embassy ni mu, and edi na komu ama ene yesan ebie sa embassy. We'll learn a bit about this matter. Na yahwe Yabedwa fonso ba beka ensa odwumedie no so emre betie si nsemu ni mu na yado so politics in komono. Wait me the WhatsApp messages about 0594051145. Wait me so about Facebook Live. Na o messages no so odi ababe jame wo ho na ma bekenkan ni nyinada e de amawo. Show produced by Reynold Yao Ajeman, aka The Mask. And of course, a digital team no Collins na namu akonso here ama streaming and every. So with you on the other side and with my team and I, ewa hanonso. Yen kambumwe. Yen for sumune mbra o main Ghana. Paul Amenosoji, I see you on Facebook. Emil Smith, wama me fire. Oba Facebook Live, maminchia na me mu akwaba. Ayami ahonhoa se wo spend usika kakra de bia ade be hwedwumedie no. Emil Smith. Oja wo mu ho. E kra de enye hwe yo. Free. Oh my Ghana. And China me the uncrunch some ba and a by popular request. And run crunch some me de by minim niesie. But amount for set me send timubimu. But no crow woman is set men kind some me kan yina. It's an said there be a radano. Oba de nyankropon me otimi mu nati wo mu no enye ne ohwehwe no wie mu no hono onye nyame bia ni wie mu ho ba bia. There is only one God ono no ti wo mu no. Okay, say I and my father are one. Okay, so there enye ne papa bia wafu abodwese biti ba bi nyame ti wo mu woni no ye baako. You are one with him. Say, in him we live and move and have our being. I said the kingdom of God is in you. Baby. Now Sunday. Enti esesade bia kasa na yesa na mo ze nyame abamu no de fofra betumu. Enti de be hedi nyame beka. Nyame no ti wo mu no, awo kasa fa wo mu no. And then so near Bekasa, I'm in your Facebook as in a memo maquaba. Awesome pani. Now, or someone was some woody any saying. Ghana, someone was someone is saying. Cronuya na Centroya Nikitashia. And I've also bought Cronu when you can actually say, we any pabonio. Be a juma for a jumem. What's your nature kakra? Could be 1 month. It could be a shop 11 o'clock. A boat to an now boy I be found no up to the shop now call. Or Frewana Ube on fa call. We are no man or some flimsy excuse. When he henty. We any pub bonny. Obi afa wadwumam na no wuchi wi school na mo pa adwuma den hankofo obi aboa mo anya adwuma okwa adwuma kokwasa asa wo yasa wo nye ya mo adwuma basa botro mojo wo don saka kan adwuma no wo mfo dom kwa adwuma no so wo yi adwuma na basa bisa bosome so na ma ya na wamunamu na wanim na basa sa wo osom no wo som ne san Because you see, utu ajinamwane for anu otu momone no so for. It say conditions of service or in fact them prebi na nkoye. Kanka kra no so akopie private sector. You betimi atwadi ebe yusu wo ade wakwa ba. Okakra no so kra bia na hwe ema. But the point is that wo adwuma bi a wo ya you akoma mu na ye ne ye. Mami aye adwuma wo ministries. Musa na anu nurse fo asem ba ye me kan ye. Obi o ho nurse adwuma no enye se wo pese wo ye o. Adwuma ni Ghana. Adwuma ni ho nti no. As a course na yefo wo pass kakra wo ya de kakra wo yes wase ni mu a na nya aboafo kakra wo benya admission no akọ nursing. Nti no de afa ho because ho de wuwie a wadwuma ye guarantee de nya na anu ya amanyofo yi. Omo hyabo a wo mu ni so a anka nurse de anka wie ya wo adwuma a wo kọ wo hospital aben. Enso ne ko thousands of nurses ne gufie. And you produce more and you cry more school fees and you so discount. More nurses munkogum. My question is, Busa said, how many of these nurses are nas one person nurses are mukwako sunyumano and a free or kuma mu pass your more passion so one person with nipa or payaresa. Chronomoyashe to be a baby nitiafa. Baby, my main control say when you bre pass obey bribia ma ho de ane won sa so mu sa wo ye ni wakoma mu na ye ni ye. And now we make wash our uniform o ko Mr. Afternoon for the makwa we won. Tibia bebo be for no na evening for no so you ready no makwa. What dress it come next what to polish when him come na wo kono obi anim say antennas obi kura timi gina ma left because we are nurse keke nti no oboa na eja enyina ya somo man no kwakodu hospital a we kan wanim asisu amu na wanim abrewa ba hospital obegege no so na wo de anim ti age no so no wamu na wanim tiatia no ye ne han because adwuma na obe ni biara bosumi so abeju pay oman no yen somo man ni yie wo ya famu. And of course, amanyofo no de to aba mo a ye hwe nim so ye ombesom yen. Da bia wo mu de hwe mo anim so mo som yen. Na ye nkasa nso esom na ye som wo ba bia ye wo no ye som ne sen. Ewie ye hwe na anwum wei enye nwum a da biara da ebe kai wo se o wasodie. O wosom bi som. O kwa santima mu no mo ka se me som sikadwa a and Chirasa was sorry or the snap who cry him feed the biao, there be Oba Santa Mai, Edin who buying Omana Sante, no, a daddy. So what I say, I be obey a betchin the biaonia. This is a yen sow in our traditional settings, and then yen for some my young mind in Muankasa, I yen nada a bar a bogu in I so. So ye wo fa me so me nyame fa ne be ye a efri ye nara my fa nkran hyesem emra nana mo akode ye ko Facebook live na ene nkran hyesem a ya hyehye de abre wo ne famra na se ne me kan no enra de no ene de ba isane se eye by popular request na nkranhyesem no na wozaka na enra ye de koye na manfo wohwe Facebook enra manfo se ye sentimu biemu nti ne Tennessee kan ye na ene ye sensi so ebiemu Tennessee Williams eka asembi or say life has got to go on no matter what happens you've got to keep on going. Mrs. Subiem, life has got to go on no matter what happens. You've got to keep on going. Na nra me kire ma adwene wa asemu yi ho. Na wie impese odi a wani to form na hwade bi. Enye be ye 2 to 3 weeks ya na Ghana na yinyina yedi areho pa. Munyina mo kai. Be ye na wotwe be ye me ensentemu ya. Oye ne kase to oman be du bibi ye mfanto ho de ama wo asem eda hei Dada Kedi deɛ baeɛ, Lumba deɛ baeɛ, awerɛhoɔ ɛtɔɔ ɔman no so. Yɛnsuo nwie mpo ɛna akukudamfoɔ nwɔtwe. Kananananananananana. Mawure kora yɛmfa. Yɛnhu bi da. Ebi nsi da. Saa helicopter crash no, it got the world talking. But Shasem we never had DB. Life has got to go on. No matter what happens, you've got to keep on going. And then the padodo he pa and asa oye ne si na anu ye and that's ye fresh or my. A lot of people have moved on. No kura ba kwa enra me ka kire wo se wa brabo mu no. Upe wu mpe wu. Uwu a abrabo na ebe koso. Sahanso so na asem to a ukwa ahohiahia mu a abrabo no e wo se koso ebe koso. Wo de sa hye wutiri mu a ahohiahia ne beba. But say life goes on. Yes, more than life goes on. To the extent to say unyina fa akono. Ube free mwefi. Ete se ka akosha techem. Driver ni bia ni won mo an ka akoka atechemu a ogya ka no ho. Woye ni obeye bia se ateche no e challenge a chika na gina ho. And abrabo a yebo ne to da bia ye koto atechem. Yetimi kotim. Yako kam nem yetu entu eto da bia timi ko shabra bomu baabi na utwa wani a wani nto obia nim. But guess what? There is something in you ema will survive. And ebia won na won fa wano nka, but it is a code in your DNA. Say life goes on. Oye ne wo beye bia pre wo mogya ni e pre wo ho ye ne obeye say sa situation no be free. To de bi a che to de bi a wo ye ya no afiri mu se de ka akoka mena mu e ye tie no sa pepepe ba se obeye ne nkakra with this principle in mind, say life goes on. However slow you are, say obe koso abobra no obe koso aye ne wo ye no uti na wasua afiri mu no asa koso biem. Life goes on. It works in all respects. Odofu bi wu a eya nanso no kure wo mu ni se uwure befi ebedu bribi kura no nipa no kura won kai ni biem enkanka ne yen ade ade na ebeto ye no ye men ho no ye ben ho kura nye yen na ato yen direct wadamfo bi nua bi ana wadamfo papa wadamfo maame ye nyina akosua we de kafra ne ade ade a ye nyina ebeto ye so momentarily ni de ye nyina ebedi yawo ba no kura wo mu ne say we move on. For some moving on reality any no kure no the truth of the fact say abrabo ni ebesi bia say ye papa say ye bone so obi na awuo so obi edi lotto. Life goes on. Say life goes on there in spite of bibia there ene na mesrew challenge na wu face no. Encourage yourself. Say life goes on and so you won't stop. You keep at it because problems there you no finish. Problem no finish. And problem never go finish. Onipa wa asase so obe solve problems. Ebeba de biara da. And so don't lose this cardinal principle that life has got to go on. No matter what happens, you've got to keep on going. Busa soldier for omukọ war, they lose their best friends on the battlefront. By the time they be a wuntimi mfa nipa no. Unya ye pa anka wunua ya wone ne call war ye tu akani anka be fani mu di aba. But you see no kura wo mu and it's a life must go on. You have to leave him and run for your life. Eye no kura no no. Wote asiye saa. Oma bibi mbu abamu abrabom. Wote ase saa. Oma obi mbu abomfia. Na wote ase saa nso a, you would be able to deal with your pains. You'll be able to deal with rejection. You'll be able to deal with disappointment. And you'll be able to stand alone. Because life, as a matter of fact, goes on no matter what. Who pursue said them, people don't care. Life is going on for them. They don't care about you. They will continue to laugh at you. Sorry. To prove that, yeah, life goes on. Asam naba, against here, I've learned my lessons. Life goes on. Let's move on. Pick it up. Pick up the pieces. Dust yourself off. Shake it off. Life goes on. We edin cransha semwa. And then we made a brewo Tennessee Williams. Ekaye emribi etwam. Ye ne sadia yendi Ghana politics nkomo kakra na yemfa ntoto Africa ne ekoso wa ha eho. And of course, the history behind the closure and reopening of Ghana's embassy in Tehran and other geopolitical issues are ekoso. Adam Zegna Abudulai ewo studio ha. Menene ba bedi nkomo sisi ya.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Okay, welcome back. EpaHoaDaben Jumedie. And actually, maybe a phone lines number when we delve into the political issues and then media group no so a yɛne abedwa for ebedia ho nkɔmɔ. Tro two numbers no to hɔ na mmerɛ no so a obetimi afrɛ na wawde also do ano abeto nkɔmɔ no mu bi 055 156 3916 tro to hɔ ansa 055 156 3916 na wosan so enya akwanya frɛ the next number 055 565 7278 055 565 7278 mrepem me activity ama na mama wo mreno na kakra bi eja nso etima kire wadwene on akwatia by election nkomo ayedie na wotwe nso nkomo abesene ko efa chief justice ayeyi na free war and the whole politics surrounding it yebekosa ensem no mo Adam mamo akwaba na memo boko de
me just me bra tali e sheho
ampa o ye sheho
na wono so
oja wani tua ya hade eja ya kaseri tua kanti da bia ya no keka bo so sa enu ani e wo
yeah normal
na yesi ye bia ye embassy no Tehran minkan I just saw the headline somewhere
yeah
in fact honestly na minim say ya close to your embassy bi wo krada in fact I didn't know until say enemy who story ni say we have reopened our embassy in Tehran. First of all, for our listeners, our omunim baby at Tehran and what's the history behind closure no and I didn't think any be.
Okay. Into Tehran the capital of Iran. Into I think some months ago, to say it was September, just early days of September. I think 2 or 3 months ago. Now there was a conflict between Israel and Iran. Our conflict, no, I shouldn't chess. It lasted barely 2 weeks, but nonetheless, now almost 2 bombs go to each other. And so, at that point in time, the time I started, our foreign affairs ministry took the initiative. In fact, now the first African country, you take security measures, to close down the embassy and to even organize Ghanaians and then take them out of the conflict-prone areas. Into conflict between Israel and Iran in around June into July, and then of course the closure of the embassy in Tehran, which is the capital of Iran. And as I say, so I said, who said there has been a ceasefire which was facilitated by the US and Qatar. And today, I said the security issues are much better. And yes, I'm be embassy.
Okay. And I quite remember say Emrana hit in war on. There were talks about Ghanaian citizens almost war Israel and whether you be evacuate almost if you I think say it didn't happen me boy.
No.
Evacuating Ghanaians in Israel.
Yes,
They were more secure there.
Yes. Oshe, the level of damage now from in both countries. No. Ultimately say there was more damage than in Iran than in Israel. And in Israel, no, among 2 members, no, but I think they limited the number of hours and all that.
And I got Ghana for Iran citizens like.
I said, Ghana for
How
Yen
some
people-
you know Mukobi.
Amukubi, say, Oppo.
Up. What's not play Munkwande?
And Iran, so I think.
But what's the nature of Iran economy, no, in terms of opportunities? Is it because for a lot of people it's a war-torn area? I mean, there be a war had a bomb near there. Why would people want to go there? What is saying?
Honestly, that particular question part there, but I think say Iran, about the economic wise, they are not the West.
In the
but
Middle East, tell me a superpower.
Militarily.
Okay.
Only Israel, yeah, you know, when it comes to military might, they compete with each other. But about economy now, they have so many sanctions on them.
Okay.
Because of more activities, you know, the alleged sponsoring of these Hamas and Houthis and Hezbollah. The US have placed a lot of sanctions on them. On economy, no, it's really struggling to take off. But men can say like Ibia come or like there's famine there in it. But who say Ghana for be they just want to leave the country and just go somewhere different. So I'm sure say no kahona call for nubi
echo. Me tell say evacuating about some number of buses.
Maybe I could be
put the hustle.
Now me to say me who chat be on social media. Na obini na down for mo kasa. Na kasa me watch say me too kwan say God did say nti wako hen say Wagadugu Burkina Faso.
But too kwan
too kwan nti
oh sir you are stamping a passport too. International trip. Anyway, now let's talk about President Mahama the decision and yes, a decision. It's not as if say or option.
Yeah,
that's the constitutional arrangement. But now, among food didn't come up say and here. NDC for signed the number BM. I think the General Secretary in an interview said say Emma Sosa, and then the president himself came out to say he's not seeking another term. What since or cancer answer what's been the conversation around Africa? The reaction amongst the international community, especially more focus on Africa. You didn't say, especially with our part, West Africa, you have a lot of coups. And you have a lot of leaders and so on. Omatina Konyano Swacha, finding different ways to perpetuate themselves.
Yes.
Ivory Coast is even a typical example of Nayedi's Sankomoya AD.
Yeah.
To what extent, and that statement from John Mahama, a trigger conversation be an interest to be, and what has been your observation?
So conversation now, I have to say, here in Ghana, we need to I want to criticize a bit the kind of reactions I'll see on social media because it shows a lot of people do not really know what is going on, even just to our east and to our west.
I said trivia, I'll be my own.
I say trivia also
a big deal, my
I say what passes and be we are normal. You don't know that in Kofobi feeling. So I say because just to our east and our west, and don't go far.
Okay.
Just to in Togo, they say there are still protests going on. Not as much as like I think some months ago or something, but still, the government is still clamping down very, very seriously on more opposing this new constitutional reform. And what is going on there? And they say, president, say he has changed the constitution in such a way that now it's the MPs that actually vote for him rather than the people.
Yeah.
And he has completely made redundant the office of the president and now created a different office for himself where I say no limits be our That's just in Togo.
It's a Togo Nenedia.
It is a Nenedia. And Obiankai said like Togo has been under his family's leadership for about 58 years. Now Mika said in Togo's history, it's just 7 years. Togo has not been in the hands of Obia free in a single family. Inti, when I saw some of the reaction, now it shocking me very, very seriously. And I say, we think that some of these things, into me to Ghana.
Reactions based on now.
Oh, me journalists be Obia na me book a cry or say, he had no choice.
But is that not the fact? So he had no choice. All 4 years.
Who's that?
Into Becca's home could be more and no the other day. No.
Okay.
But also say it's an important thing.
It was important.
We need to recognize.
Yes, because it's like you're forgetting, say, the last elections, you won it by about almost 57%. That is a very, very high percentage. And as I say, so
control parliament.
Over 2/3. Since when you are brosukra. And it's true that changing the constitution to increase the tenure, no. I know the idea I also echo back to the people for a referendum for it to be done. But it is still an important thing because our in a good way, and our 2/3 majority.
And that's a near
you see, because and anonymity say or baby and some traditional that was saying say on to us. Ubisa amount for baby on the street. Oh mama, now I end there on to us. There's that thing going around. Into your lunch campaign pan say or tema.
Obetimenya
support. And that is where you see that people will start saying say, hey, or me make it Watara and then Sanko for be. You see,
because Watara is say constitutional reforms are no you
now so. And see, he has everything at his disposal. And can say all the security chiefs are his people. Police, army, Obia. So now if he really, really wants to do that, Abra also popularity, he's at his peak when it comes to the popularity. It is very possible. Inti meeting saying Kofobi say, oh, he had no choice. He had no choice. Like constitution and yet worse in the document.
And interestingly, in the midst of Ghana for a rumor around,
yes.
Around that same time, no Bible and Timber clear.
Exactly.
And and
interesting enough, so that was when Watara so announced say or another time.
Yeah.
So it was more like a shade to Watara. But I say,
okay.
You see,
normal.
Oh yes. You see, people take for granted. Even Dr. Baumia, the decision to concede. A very democratic thing. In
most
so many
African
countries.
Yes. Yeah.
And so we have to appreciate what we have. Like and it's like
yes, Trump your name first
yes. Yes.
To
even the
US he caused an
insurrection.
Yeah, more or less.
Also on TS here. Otina so and they caused the insurrection. It is Lasho no who said like and no crowd one call inauguration. Baumia was there at the inauguration. Baumia was at Mohammed's inauguration.
And you think that as a country we need to
appreciate
the spotlight on Sanyama?
Yes, because near Kosovo, even this to our east and
west. But can you blame us that much? It's a spoiled children.
Yeah, and
you know. Say no, but me a tobrudama wa. I know a big file.
Yes,
Bibisa. I said
yes.
We are used to.
We are used to it, and
politicians on your power drunk.
Yes, we are used to it, and I don't mind saying we are used to it. That is what ought to happen. In Timinka say like near mama, like young boy say man. No, we have to understand what is going on around us, even to our north Mpu. It's not a democracy that they are practicing. Inti just right around us. To our north, to our east, to our west, no. We share democracies now. Of course, there's nothing to write them about. We are the only proper functioning democracy in this enclave.
Yeah.
Into some of these things, no, especially given near Kosovo, just around us, we
us.
need to throw a spotlight on it and say, look, this is a great decision, or this is a significant thing. I see, and not to say, oh, no, only choice saying. Obia all control military and police. Obia all to test majority. But only try saying.
And that can be about the constitution.
Yes, they're just waiting a document,
which can be amended.
Yes,
but the terms of or the tenure of the presidency say entrenched.
Entrenched.
Parliament cannot easily change that.
Yes, that is very true. But and America say
with the kind of choice
no, that only a choice. No, like I'm saying, say so. Person, he can take steps to doing it.
Okay.
You see, obviously I started process no. Now I started campaign say when idea even the first 6 months when my baby reduce prices and the mama
So at the end of the day, about to swaba.
And if you look at Nyesi or Akwetia and then the other by-election, what we say up to now the NDC is still popular. It's a possible say. You know, he could garner enough votes.
Yes, referendum and
you see?
If you look at the last election, Senior Koye,
yes,
and the fact that the last 9 months he seemed to be getting a lot of things right.
Yes.
When the size of government or can
with this one.
Okay. Send a dollar no abi they say a cost there but it's been sustained
yes
at a very low rate for some time. And Nema Ede di intama or sa odono.
Yes.
And say
na dum so guys at least for the past
dum so
yes, you see.
It is a say yam call referendum on the tenure of the president.
Me say
a possible sir and could be
very possible. Very possible.
And a kobasa answa intiam rebianso.
Intiam rebianso.
And that is the defense of people like Fonya Singbe and Ouattara.
Yes.
Say, it is a constitutional reform.
Exactly.
Which is legal.
Yes. And then Namika the other time say, see, when you're asking me about whether ECOWAS can intervene, Namika say, they are a sovereign country.
Yeah.
As much as Ube like disagree with some of their decisions, no, like you can't do anything about it.
What's the constitution?
Exactly. They say no, the removal of Chief Justice, no, and yeah, assembly like Obibia you see, because even though it's illegal, it is still controversial. Into your case, or person called third term, na yeah referendum na uwinia. What can we do?
Such statement na akọ beyond Ghana na.
Akọ beyond Ghana, especially in the sub-region. You see, and it has garnered a lot of reaction from a lot of these observers and analysts. And say even right here at home, Mate say the Venerable Kwesi Pratt, I can say, oh, he's a consummate constitutionalist. Like he has some praises, you see, because and you will be or sign the position now. Who will take a decision like that? Because they say, why very, very, very powerful, incredibly powerful, like all the support of the people, or overwhelming support in parliament.
Wakwa
Samba. So in that position, it is very easy for him to behave like a megalomaniac. You see, and David Meka said, power does not change people; it reveals who they are. You see, as much as me can say you can say we are doing holiday for your mama. Nah, but I say you who say
they appreciate this idea.
Exactly, very, very much. And it's like you move brave, we are not aware of what is going on around us. Yes. In Togo and in
but is it not equally, maybe look at it this way. Is it not equally positive, say young citizens, we are settled in our mind, they say. Yes, so any extension be also. It's a non-issue. To say gay, people say it is against our values and tradition. It's a non-starter. We don't even talk about it because it is not on the table. It's a no. What I say. Is it not equally positive? Say your reaction now. Your dear man, your John Mahama can say, "Enya dia obesiki another term." It indicates say. The same democracy now, other than the has equally sunk into the citizens. A non-issue to tell us because that is not what we are expecting. It's a non-issue.
Well, that's a very good point. But Yankai say, see, given, and I keep going back to Niakoso just around us. See, because it's influential. You see, we have to compare, and also to Yankai say, and you say like Abia Ghana. 1957, we have practiced democracy until now. Yes. There's a history of also. Last time, let me tell Kwesi Pratt. No, I say, Abra a champion by power in his first few months, I think into about a couple of years. No, incredibly popular. Popular and no Mushutunu. Mushutunu Kunu. And then he died. That's how he ended. And see, the empathy kind of say, like, it is things change, times change. And also too, I expect to say, things are the way they are, and so they should always remain so. At this point in time, we've not had any president like John Mahama before, with the kind of power.
Okay, that's what you mean.
That's what I mean. Because even the framers of the constitution, no more activity say one party will have 2/3 majority. They say NDC or bro have 2/3 majority. So a lot of constitutional reforms can actually be made.
And that brings a lot of responsibility on them.
Yes, and that should let us even rethink. You know, some of the things are like now you feel they say any possible because even the framers no more feel they say 2/3 majority any possible.
And possible.
Yes,
it is possible. So we'll be or power drunk will take advantage
very,
of
very easily, and who is also popular as well. Because as much as yes, we point say the democracy has sunk into us. That is very, very true. But Yankai said there are a lot of people who do not really. It's not so much about democracy for them. And no, if say abayana there, that's okay for them. If it, for a lot of people, last time Nam got gas, and a gas guy or say. Mama de obedu suache. Or no, or better Mama did susa.
Okay.
So he's okay with Mama. Like, I know until Obeka say, oh no, time limits no on the offer hosa.
Interestingly, and then just before I remember you, I was with some friends. Okay.
So
my dream about BBS because even at their level,
yes,
they were like, to a baby for president.
Yes.
You know, I was like, hey. But who can't say me? My dream because a lot of people have been saying Saturday.
Yes, and let me even
yes,
yes,
you know,
things change and times change. In the US, now Steve Bannon, one of the biggest supporters of Donald Trump, no championing agenda say, Donald Trump and call another term, and it was getting out of viability in the US.
Of all places,
yes, all practicing democracy actually in the US. There be 275 years, some practicing democracy. But yet today,
if you contemplate
yes,
the thoughts and Donald Trump
exactly. You see, it is not.
We should appreciate the.
We should appreciate it. Even the US cry cause war.
Yeah.
So when I saw the comments from some journalists that I thought like quite perceptive, I was very, very, very surprised. I was actually quite disappointed because Oshedan or Kas asked him because he wanted to die down those rumors.
Yeah.
You see, or shed up, but you know, we took it for granted.
Obi was our intention would have allowed
it to fester. Now, maybe we got some research group, no more research so okay, a bit messy. Then he just shock you with plans concerning.
But the timing of Sasemo Kai also quite significant.
Yes,
around the time Ouattara.
Yes.
No, so
or shed up, yes. And then we missed it completely.
Interesting. Let's take a listen.
I do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of Ghana, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God. The Reset Agenda is this administration's blueprint, a bold vision to restore hope in our people, to rebuild trust, and to rekindle the movement towards prosperity. It seeks to re-anchor our integrity, transparency, and inclusive development governance. While much of this work will be driven domestically, your role is to extend this agenda abroad by cultivating strategic partnerships, unlocking opportunities, and deepening Ghana's place in the global community. Our foreign policy has always been anchored on enduring principles: Pan-Africanism, peaceful coexistence, self-determination, and the pursuit of justice and equity in world affairs. Yet today's world demands diplomacy that is also agile, that is innovative and purposeful. Global shifts in geopolitics, economics, and technology require Ghana not only to respond, but also to actively shape trends in ways that benefit our people. I therefore expect you to be vanguards of Ghana's economic diplomacy. Let your missions become dynamic hubs of export promotion, investment attraction, tourism marketing, innovative change, and diaspora mobilization. carry Ghana's story to the world, not just as a beacon of democracy and stability, but also as a land of opportunity, open for business, embracing technology, and committed to partnerships that deliver prosperity for our youth and dignity for our working class.
Okay, so that's His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The very voice I'm but this is fresh. We're fresh a year, His Excellency the President, and was swear in ambassadors Ahodwa, Omokwa represented Ghana, Ewa Mamai Ahodwa so. Na on the occasion, he also talked about the fact that your boka ewo yen embassies hododo, you rente most of yen embassies, you know, and who be here say either see a betobia ni BCB because embassy they have for a lifetime investment into Ubekoswa rented nine when you have the capacity to build and me sure said this is going to spark some local conversations. So mami mwe no money no while I work on the voice, we've been having a conversation about say Osenya dia obeko ABM, but this is current and it's just coming in. Let's listen to the president. Ose osusu say ose ehwe isi yankasa embassies na ejai renting inti.
Let me be emphatic. Ghana cannot continue spending a staggering more than $15 million every year on renting properties abroad for our diplomatic use. This is not a judicious use of taxpayers' resources, and the reset agenda requires an immediate reversal of this trend. And that is why Cabinet has promptly approved the STRIDE initiative. And STRIDE refers to the strategic transition from rental to developing our own properties. I've tasked the Ministers for Foreign Affairs and Finance to work urgently to resolve this long-standing challenge. From my latest briefing, a transaction advisor has been appointed, standard designs are being developed, and funding mechanisms are already being negotiated. This decisive shift will ensure that our missions abroad are housed in properties that are owned by the Republic, reducing wasteful expenditure while safeguarding Ghana's dignity on the international stage. Integrity must be your watchword. The Public Financial Management Act and all relevant regulations must guide your stewardship of public resources that are put in your care. I urge you to guard the public purse with diligence and ensure that efficiency, service, and ethical governance, the very values we're entrenching at home, shine through in every mission abroad.
EpaHoaDaben.
President John Dramani Mahama Emra also in ambassadors umukusi Ghana nemu ewa mamai ahodo so ose omai ne boka ewo tenabia eye yedema Ghana nemusifo meka embassies ahodo aye wo mamai ahodo so eka ye bo rent ho no ye bubruja $15 million every year ene ka ye bo rent eye facilities de my embassies ose side ne to otwa Inti under an initiative of friend STRIDE, Finance Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister Nebehe, na yahwe kwanya ebefa so a yebenya yankasa yen permanent facilities a yedebe hosti Ghana anamusifo a ewo amanone. Adam, what do you make of this? Uhun is saying,
oh, a very good initiative. Now,
Sasa Mwemsi Shen then you komoda as a mind cry,
yes.
How much do we spend on our missions? $15 million.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And
but it may
cost
right. more to build or buy.
Yes, I know but when you do that, you save yourself in following years $15 million. Because $15 million no, it be increasing later on. Into a bit than 20, now than 25. Now you see, so it's actually a very good investment. And Ufra comments, you can see say, government can say, hey, $15 million. Okay, they can't believe say. They be every single year $15 million is spent on our foreign missions. It's actually a very, very good initiative from the president. Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, from community here. I mean, now I say, I don't know what the BB giant from. We are seeing now. Then Russia, US, any Ukraine, latest be or Israel, Hamas, and so to saying.
And there was a meeting between the Russian president and Xi Jinping, that's the Chinese president, and Kim Jong-un, and I think the Indian Prime Minister. And meeting, no, it was more or less like a slight on America. Not Trump, not Okanhua simple. I say they should continue to conspire against America, but that is because, and especially for India. Last time America said India, foreign policy is very interesting. Almost a friend to everyone, and then
so it's a non-aligned for
almost
a Commonwealth nation.
Yes, Commonwealth, yes. And at some point in time, the U.S. worked so hard. The past administration, that's the Biden administration, and even the previous Trump administration, and the Obama administration, working very hard, yes, to get India to align with the West, to be, tagged as a Western country or Western allied country.
Recently, Indian Prime Minister no call Washington. Trump was able to strike a deal with him to sell military accoutrements and stuff to India.
Yes.
Emma Oka said India has been a very good friend. And we said more. The tone here, we need you.
Yes. But tariffs, no. The tariffs are driving away India from down to the US, now to China. You see, because India for no, like I'm going to say, like you have been hostile to us. Into Ebasana, then they go and then they form partnerships with, China, and then of course they are all around the same path.
Did you hear Trump no comment on China for anniversary within Anuya? Or say omo display of military accoutrements, unim say omo yema na so ohwe.
Yes.
He was actually watching.
Yes, of course.
And it was quite impressive.
Is
it not breaking banks? A US president would ordinarily not say this about China.
Yes, I mean, these are things that, and not like I was even talking about, say, the US has practiced democracy for a very long time, but Trump, with some of even his autocratic tendencies and things, they are fine with it. A good number of them, at least half of the country, are fine with it. That's how it is. People change, times change.
And life goes on.
Yes.
Right. Adam Zegna Budulai, thank you very much, Miniam. We'll catch up with you another time. Now, you have other issues. So 989 FM, EpaHoaDaben Jumediene. My member, I want to be phone lines in the mouth. But before then, let me, phones, na yanko. Before then, my member Facebook na o messages ni be menken kai emao. Davina Bedi said, we really need to appreciate the democracy we have in Ghana. Gabriel Batistuta said, Bibi, good afternoon. As usual, I'm doing the listening via radio. Keep the fire burning. Hashtag EpaHoaDaben. Gabriel Batistuta, thanks for joining us. Archangels Quantin said, honestly, Esikado Ketan Kojokrum constituency one-term MP agenda is on course, period. Regards to Chairman Bruce and the standby team. Michael Blagaji, I see you. All you said is hi, BB. Next time, comment. Now, I want to listen to your thoughts on these issues. Phone lines activated now. Kwa kwetia nanui yakwaba. Ochirebe fiso pacho yemfancheno. Amanfo nso say there be enya de ebesum. Chief Justice. Ene onye Chief Justice biem ehun politics no so da epono so deja. Na no mampani say Oba be probi insase a yaton Meka state lands a yaton between 2017 and 2024. Yeni nkomo, niemo nkomo. Hello, good afternoon.
Original baby.
Simon.
Bra, Aboman.
Ene nyame adom we first in class. Yenkwe.
Yo, yada senate my power. Na make up last time I no so sana my politics.
E kwenda o.
Otuado. Ono an yire nyi. Onwo ye. Wa 40 school teacher to FS school akora no beko. Ntia oba no akora na awo no kra wanya no. E dey say school fees no beko akodi ana.
Chire mu ye.
Me kwa kwasi say. Yeah, but match card match yeah boy. Say be qualify kan. Yeah, almost 80% say you qualified. They say our reserve players now more, but they say marking at Diego. Or Jim Ali marking normal where Diego. It is a heading.
Fena mate analogy na say.
Oh, Me or to the everyday one, me, Nimni for Croc of Fanny by. The papa where Coquasa, even work up, no cancer, qualify couple, I know quite uncle. Because on it, yes, a president now, not qualified by work up, no dear, and no quite common. Yes, sir. 2 points, no 1 point now, you call us for the bar, and no one ever said the about. The grandma, my neighbor, politics on. Yeah, Papa Mahama, yeah, than us. Ghana for Nyanka. All year, the 10 winner a year on to us to buy. On one, him say, on politics, no dear, at the end, be any politics more on the bidder. To take a yapping of other said the do politics mobile. It is on one, if on court, dear. And the Australian say, on you know who know my papa. None near better bad you. Yes, and I'm on to never to Abamano.
Miss Meda was Simon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Pachodini, baby, Afrifi.
The friend Mr. Lab, because we booked Opa Maniaco.
Mr. Ham.
Yeah.
All right. Garnet you, yeah.
But you, that's an egg more power. With the head as a part, maybe an animal catch of the arm, I feel. You make that's a kind of
sure.
And the only second, then a serious part or to under there. The version is talking in front of the book. And I mean, call Aquatia, Mercaquatia. Then Mecca and minority leader. And yeah, as a guy, no one, any move, but I can see a minority to all call work. And the forces are yes, not the cocoa than it. And you know, I can see a physical coho. Until when you hold away from Coca, now forgotten your kind of one.
Okay, so yeah, that was say 055 156 3916 055 565 7278 Mrs. Subiem 055 156 3916 055 565 7278. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon, I want to say.
But your brother Bibi.
Bibi, I may am coming. Probably.
Me free Cabreo. Me free Cabre. Me free don't call nothing. Why?
Okay.
But I'm from. Who didn't need saying?
Sani, I'm from.
Yo, Sani from my mom from Ghana. You.
The law is the law.
Sanity.
I often Martins as some I chief as a cast and cover phone or by election. They say MPP first from now more per se than ask them. Once was think of the phone noir. One longer to the song go in Coco Hishano or by Neka say often Martins about the were pay or not or didn't Yanka and Brown say or Mutidine from the council. Where or by our Makai, one country wasn't called the phone noir from by election. And to remember that can be a
Obertuna Quambe na Kade by election member.
And so Obertuna said, no, I'm never about the one call be office and go to Noma.
Who evidence is all quantity or the office?
And so, no, I can see.
Who are him for now? Who call him Fabi?
Bibi
Sani
Bibi
also call him Fabi.
Look, I have answered. I could tell you. Only my Abdul Salam.
Minimum Abdul Salam.
Minimum, what did the Salam say? Never want to send you. Yako. Office one woman and you want to Coconuso, ever can pay. And now
Coconus one could I walk CS or quantity posters until when I mean, as evidence, Ben, I was walking. And some more office than I no money or Bibi. Sani. And pay for no money after the acquisition almost or more. Hobby. And I just an idea, and to Babanda on Yahweh, Omuano on Vanassun for no more. Yamen Count, so sunny. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Devil is a liar.
Yes, I am.
Ghana to you.
Yeah, me boy was to my party.
That's it.
One day me back, I'm never go.
Sure.
Me chami MP, on a book that deputy interior minister. I mean, she don't my party, my woman for. Now, maybe so, blaster. The very uni.
No, I say you.
Maybe I'm going to strap and if Omuntia, Yepa, coach in Ubagana. I'm finding Yamaguni back Manunko because that coach we want to be Ghana. Yes, strong pa. Na mama beba biomunu. Me cover back me for to pa because I didn't have a pana yeno. Obipa, Oba send you mapana Ajimpana Pati baby of a sort of your man so Oba on the Panukunda says and Ajimpano and the Kaobabia. Young and I have fun to come.
And also on your back. Right. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, baby.
Pacho Dini baby afraid for you.
Ajana one I'm a
Ajana one Ghana too.
Yes, my pa for the of my Ghana and the Global Media Alliance. Martin Jibril, Deputy Director of Election. Papa was that after we MP of the remember about Papa the boss in Nihu and because all the people you be war and you be happy. Remember you be about. Maybe Obika said that here a baby the water and a president in the water here. As a better me as I qualified. But we're meant to be the media MP. But meant to be the media to say your control perform. Now your Ghana is going to qualify minimum what you here because on my premier every agiboni ministry on my premier Niyamuye, one premier or you my who not really or my swa. If you are across the two, your mamma or president, they will qualify. Kaka, me can say a middle years of baby. I will say, I'm on yourself and your I'm on yourself and your war. That's right, your money for your politicians. Any grassroots grass, media, they have what is good is good, what is wrong is wrong. No matter what you want to justify, it's wrong. We are young papa, I saw that. And I said, well, let me see something here, let me see I grow. I thought, say, I said a better me, something else. We are brothers for this matter. That kind of fight, you will be said. Salam me, the can say, then a be me, me, what a beautiful, dear, let's like 9 I say, who and baby of my dear Jaku, the Papa was a member here, enough just a you how you need by that. I don't be rich. That's it.
So, made I was say, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Pacho, my radio no call from Niankasa, we didn't be afraid.
The Pacho, bright near Mikasa,
Abusoka, bright Ghana to
Abusoka for a child, my job is Papa, and my son, oh, yeah. Mentia Honorable Madi Jibril, Namentia Honorable Alaji Akundo, and the Honorable Joshua Amido Akamba. The Danyamiasi, executive me now, Moko, Akutia, Ekobo Mode, Eye Jumade, Nama, Fitino, Abedi, NDC for Sano, Yabo Mabasu Papa, Nayambo, IGP, any the police for Amudiko, Omako Jumasun, IGP, Aye Juma, Abu Juma Pa, yes, IGP Abasu. Juma could do our election, now yes, successful. Edi amai na no ya bona basu papa na uhwe excellency John Dramani Mahama ofre akwantu mu ba ye ya hwe okọ kwase ekohwe se ejuma edi ama contractor no ogusu eye ejuma edi ama kwase se ekwan no ebeda ho ama contractor no eye ejuma ba uhwe okase mbi ho osi abandada na etwemu no omukoje ebusu bi se omudi ye fokwase ekwan no na make sure ye road minister saa asɛm no a ɛfɛre sɛ John Dramani Mahama kaeɛ no ɛyɛ sɛ ɔyɛ ho nhwehwɛmu ɛde fa ho sɛ sɛ sika no a aban dada no ɛkɔgyeeɛ ɛyɛ Nana-Addo aban ɛne MPP fo aban no a ɔmo sɛ ɔmbɛyi saa ɛkwan no Amoakwata na ɛyɛ road minister that time no yɛbisa ɔmo sɛ sɛ sika no a ɔmo gyeeɛ no ɔmo de kɔyɛɛ dɛn because sika bebree afa aban dada no nsɛm a ɛbɛsi ɛnnɛ yɛnhu beebi a sika no wɔ sky train yɛteeɛ Palugu Dam former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ɛka sɛ ɔmo ahye ɛde ama Ghanafoɔ ɛgye $2 million yɛnhu beebi a saa sika no ɛnenam nti yɛbɛkyerɛ sɛ Pokwasi saa sika wei ma minister no ɛma saa sika wei ɛnkɔkwa ɔmo nyɛ nhwehwɛmu biara fa saa sika no beebi a sika no ɛfaeɛ deɛ nti a ɔmo amfa sika no anyɛ kwan no amfa ma Pokwasifoɔ a ɛnɛ ɛfɛre sɛ John Dramani Mahama ɛne ɔno abo atofo mu atakɔpɛ sika foforɔ sɛ yɛde kɔyɛ Pokwasi kwan no ɔmo nyɛ nhwehwɛmu mfa ho na biribiara bɛyɛ fine ɛde ama yɛ nyinaa asɔka ne buga deɛ kɔsii wɔ hɔ a ɔmo sɛ ɔmo kɔ ne deɛ ɛnyɛ adepa ɛne kwan sɛ yɛ nyinaa yɛ sɔso ba deɛ ɔno abo afɛnyɔma kesu ɛkɔyɛɛ a ɔtete obi mu process ne adeɛ ɛwɔ hɔnom no ɔno ankasa ɔte parliament a ɔhyɛ mmara wonim sɛ wonni kwan a wobɛkɔkɔ tete obi process ɛyɛ na ɔfa amanfoɔ ɔma mokɔ wɔ amanfoɔ process nti meda ase nyame ka ho
EpaHoaDaben nti sinupi na nokorɛ ɛyɛ baako pɛ.
Everywhere you go, for the friends and the family, big refreshing moment, for the kids and the adults, boys and girls with a drink up, everywhere the party day, we go mash up the place with it, greatest in every battle, refreshing moments.
Big Ol drink. Big refreshing moment. Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
Etoda, wo kontimi do champagne pa, nanso wo sike kura wo no. Na ye juice ene betumi ato. So, so pese wo kura mre kura sika, na udwumadi a wudie, won mo wonim dwumadie no. Etimi dima wo ewo bra bode emfidie a esefata edi dwuma ne dia. Ene ha ho kura. Izanze E-Productions. Ya be sort you out. Freyen. So open studio and production equipment rental. Emfidie a ye di twa sene ahodo nyina no. Ye betimi di bia fam. Corporate and social videography. Se wudi dwumabie a wo pese otwe egun homa so. Freyen. TV commercials, se wo ton wo niema na pese amanfo ehunu e wa kasamfoni so. Freyen. Documentaries, freyen. Photography, any live streaming, se wo twamfoni kama pa. Anaze wo di dwumabie na pese brekro no mu a obi biara etimi hunu. Freyen. Why nyom na pese oye nyom no ho akasamfoni a. Freyen. Jingles, IVR, any voiceover production, Freyen, short and long film, Freyen. Yetete phone humanie 0242 755 323 ana 0302 254 858 ana se hwie kira kwan yewo Asylum Down ye ben Happy 98.9 FM. E-Productions, capture the moment.
Asem denenam wobe kwan kroji a wobetumi ama ne nneoma free krofoforo so aba Ghana se nampo so full container load ana group page wopani wiemshan express metre air cargo ana express enie woni Golden Stone Logistics Company Limited Antonchia omo over 15 years experience with global shipping and logistics. Omo futupa ebe buam wadume tumpon. Omo buonso de eda from boko. Ewo Golden Stone Logistics. Omo kura wo nyoma yie ma wo. Onu afre 0502 609 222. Ana say 0208 126 777. Na omumwama wajuman kwenim. Golden Stone Logistics Company Limited. Delivering growth, securing trust.
From roots to remedies, from leaves to life, Ghana's traditional herbal healing power is rising strong and true. It's time for the maiden edition of the Ghana Herbal Conference coming up from December 3rd to December 5th, 2025 at the Prempe Assembly Hall in Kumasi. Theme: Harmony in Herbalism, Balancing Tradition and Innovation. Come and experience live herbal demonstrations, exhibitions, and engaging discussions with top practitioners, researchers, and regulators. This conference is proudly partnered by Ministry of Health, Traditional Medicine Practice Council, Food and Drugs Authority, Center for Plant Medicine Research, and Ghana Federation of Traditional Medicine Practitioners Association. Visit www.ghanaherbalconference.com or call 020-2222-095 to register for free. To exhibit your product or services, call 020-2222-095 to book a stand. Follow us at Ghana Herbal Conference on all social platforms. Ghana Herbal Conference, our roots, our remedy.
Your property holds the power to transform your future. Welcome to Eclipse Collateral Management, the game changer in turning property documents into profits. We are not just another service. We are your partner in unlocking sustainable income and fueling business growth. With prime brokerage, collateral brokerage, credit brokerage, and land documents perfection, we are redefining what is possible for property owners and business owners alike. At Eclipse, we have built a primary depository platform, a secure, innovative space where property owners like you can lodge your documents and earn risk-free, sustainable income. For businesses struggling to secure funding, we provide collateral solutions you need to thrive and grow. Every move we make is backed by a rigorous credit appraisal process, so you know you are in safe hands. Find us at Adenta Barrier near Medi Moses Hospital, beside the West African Senior High School wall. Call 054-383-2466 today. At Eclipse Collateral Management, for property owners, we say, think safety and decent income. And for business owners, we say, think funding before projects.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Welcome back. EpaHoaDaben jumedie eniafe no adwene a Happy 98.9 FM sunie na ejumedie ni din ene EpaHoaDaben. Midin ne Bismark Brown obetimi afreme BB. Na mapese me ka sembi and enra me had the opportunity to meet the Minister of Local Government. Emisa Ghana for monte ya mamen kan enkanchire mu se memene da ebe. National Sanitation's Day no assign eba back. Na enra me share local government minister. I have a campaign be a mayor, but me jai campaign for some time. For some reason, Ibrahim. And I about me say for some time, in fact, for a number of years, I've been campaigning against single-use plastic. Na me jai for some reason. Reason is say campaign oh yeah. Unko for a one yomo walk crowd, what can someone who woman direct no crowd no. What I say, empusuomo say ye nimye single-use plastic. Yeah. I am so passionate about this matter, but do baby no say I don't know me ha me ho ade making obi animpa so obi ampembu antimi forget it. But the minister has rekindled my interest, not interest. Wasan could peja passion about him. He has given me a reason not to give up.
Okay.
Yes, he has given me a reason not to give up. And it is because of what he shared with me in terms of near Omoba Bayen differently with the National Sanitation's Day. Memeneda Ena President Ebe launching. In fact, it to be a relaunch. They initially wanted to do it sometime in April, and then maybe in Tomo Intimianye. Into Memeneda Ebe 6 September. His Excellency the President and the local government minister, our local government institute, our Madina, ebe sign apejebiem ama National Sanitation Day na samba. Every last Saturday of every month, Is it last or first? Last Saturday of every month. You now, there is a particular focus of the government on single-use plastic. I don't know, because they say, who say, there is a policy coming what I say, because we don't seem to have a policy they manage single-use plastic.
Yeah, because how many times in Puna, government after government, I can see plastic bags.
And she money that.
So we hope say a bejuma because I mean this is not the first time we are hearing this, and certainly this will not be the last time also. So we hope that perhaps sometimes mostly it's about leadership. Leader say obi for the fact say obi akọ war na nipana and we need or like country be and as man be akọ war and say when we need doesn't mean say they don't have the men.
Yeah.
They may have the men, but it's the leader.
Leader.
Leader no the direction or the kind of tactics I'm mobile deploy. So it's all about the strategy of the leader.
That's right.
It is a leader no is ineffective. It's the same thing. Maybe one more bit but because of they needed some direction. We hope say minister no obetimi are implemented the workers of.
And in fact, the same thing I catch and say there be a bar okra policy be about okra nice ideas. But political will now. Yeah, the best idea no.
Only asem no. We have a plastic waste. So you see ushoko kroma.
Yeah.
About waste I hold on a plastic. Now the whole something say they said the pakonya the DVR, but they say oh we ya no go to some of our markets. You know, waste you know do na a plastic.
Yeah.
And I think say minister no ankanekwa. It's what part of government, you know, commitment. Say we'll look at it and then deal with it because
sanitation. What would team Kofi? Ebola nisi wono. Ubi Ebola no so.
Now I heard plastic a womb. What to mean kind?
99.9% of Ebola ne gu ade dum na rubber kwa.
Yes.
Single use plastic kwa.
And to say there was a guy, you know, I mean let's pray and hope that this time you be not the political will. Because I mean the previous administration take steps. Some make it tell young no be a ekosi. So we hope say young sign and be with this current administration. Said I mean the filter well I mean said you say boka
pa ya tifimu pa o as your boka wo fimu so pa as still
some ketwa you boka some of the assemblies are and budgets to do na eco sanitation and largely it's because of some of these you know plastic waste. So I think it's a very good directive. We should all support the idea and I will encourage the government some because so no matimia amboshe mukina.
World Bank report they say say omuhu sanitation is synonymous to corruption
in terms of expenditure.
Yes. Because the better say you discover sanitation. You DNA so if all
this they also be the $40-something million or got them.
So I mean so it tells you say this generational problem be because generational problem, but it started somewhere because before then do we even have plastic then?
No.
And
naka be a paper bag, paper bag, cement paper.
Good. In fact,
obi akoto aduane no de ne chense na ekọ.
Yes.
Yente aduane ngu rubber mu ene ofifie ensapan na akwaje aduane ngu rubber mu. Aba be hwie aduane na
apart from the waste no. And what is I come here?
And when ekuyen.
Yes. Ekuyen chemicals e wo mu no nya se to. And the cancer ye hunu ni adade nyina no. Ankrofo who put to prune no. It's as a result of some of these things.
And I think me bo company bidding but me call mo no. They have this policy of they say zero plastic policy.
Yeah.
So there's no way say
plastic.
MTN.
it's cool.
Who call MTN?
We are all environmental sustainability. Of course.
Oh, plastic. Say dispenser and this one man. You catch us say I just say one kasa what they will a
water bottle.
Water bottle ebesa. And now who kita plastic untimi fen right inside. I think say culture no nti who come kana we are all what they are who say no like you differently.
Single plastic.
I believe say
more than a zero.
That's what I'm saying. And
zero plastic policy.
Exactly. Nti say uko ya catch bia say mo bia mfa plastic emba. Say u be use cap on sa paper
caps or
bi. So I believe say you start to say implement this policy but say me can say dey oba be yisin. Obi so on ma no so nedwuma a oye no no. Ono so be ka so be gu nedwuma. Ti say always no say yamfa amanyosem afan yamfam roma because definitely this mobile imagine say like affect you no omeko hide behind a political party be to say o share sa we rice importation is nipa compo or Nigeria 10 times bigger than Ghana mpo Ghana ni na akọ mo se na si yeah to the extent say o kasa etimi ni omo rice etimi di omo rice omo bani importation so be import rice abom ho no na Ghana hanuma yen yesua esin Nigeria no yen po yentimi nipa na bagana hanuma nko pese or start side way
but former MP yamba no ya hwenani mu
no ye government ni start say obeye yi na o kase o ebia for the next 2 years no you importers no ebe reduce sa importation of rice no, they should reduce it by 50%. And I will share now importers ni kote political party VH na ye until say ye nyina be who say I think when this is the right path ye nyina be kono this thing say Nigeria for crampo timi a kire ya Nigeria ye 10 times bigger than us in crampo etimi to the extent say you don't import rice into their country.
That National Sanitation Day is coming back, and it's coming back with a bang. It will be launched by His Excellency the President. Our local government institute mimene de ya yenyina yemfo ye hunhyem yenyina yemfo ye hunjimu bi na eba ya wo nso mpotemo na wasi abontene no akosisi ho usiesie wo mpotemo a wonye ma obi onye ma president ana enye ndisi na ya ma no o ya ma wo ankasa wo ho ehwa na wote
ehwa na wo zoom lion for no be den no
wenye zoom lion for adwuma aban crime say zoom lion contract no kura wotwam nti I mean what shop bi anim ana wo shop anim agota danimu sa gata ne your responsibility so we say ayi obi adwuma into o mind into be koso ahua sa adekankan na wo nipa ban a wo minimum
shop anim
say ha bon pa o
omo gata na say de be ya
seriously
ombe de so say omo gata no eno so adane asem na ye ma say gata na ye ma achoki
o she shop no ayi odi kura besi ho na wa juice me ba nyabotre ena wa dentum asini mu no akokoto akire ho no wa junso agumu ato paint rubber and owi anu abehwie agugota nanim ho anu abehwie agugota nimu owi o se gota nimu bon
na rehosam they say I mean they do exercise on moye no krom na o say do maybe amotumi mo etu omo shop mo nyina
they say we san baba
it was happy but it wasn't effective too effective so I think say a big go some show mokina obi e ho moye no krom po na hi say your man be in the store you will still the time at 12 so I think say I was say I was say it me a shomokina you should enforce it yet me my amre I enforce what it's going to be a fruit leather force
exactly
yes you come efunu ne ya kan madam pan say your baby say is there any mechanism on be put in place a month for ebe the celtic gutters no mo be wie na ebe what the edge of the gutter no na in soto ana san
African one major concern echo
we got no na dia to go got san ko gumbi
na ma san ko
o man ben kure
ni asebo
o man ben kure ni bola so ni didwa yeti bola mu ne adidwa wo
obi ka che so orun kwa de na ede mini obi obeka se baby a ma me na oton aduane wo
mo so wa che ben gota mu na ede what kind of mentality is that it is coming back. National Sanitation Day is coming back and it's starting on Saturday every month last Saturday of every month His Excellency the President so to South Africa for obi anfa no honyi mu bi na every last Saturday of every month bi and at least pesada no na kwabontene na ko supporting CC Impotemu. We do it for ourselves and not for anybody. And actually nso koso di wo huni wanye fi na unhia so be kwa prefin. So what I say inti mo a babia na mabie mu zip na mo dwonso mama kurom nyina bon kan and on am circle pillars here ye DCC ayi interchange nyasi nyina dwonso painting hu nyina
e wi akete da crop brane yo
na woni say odo no nkofo hwie toilet gum ayi sa
odo na you know
I tracks in the quatro toilet
yes.
nkofo timi anadwo no makogino no mahwie nyina de gum
join ki say wo say
de na ho no mkotokoto no
omo nko toilet ho ha no ye bebia omo was baby e was soro ho mo bebia omo teme furo soro ho to ye anu je say
ojamugu
from sa
interchange no omo furo interchange no e ko hye soro ni gu
na wakoye na agu ye friend say odo na you know friend say arahosem mahunu bebre ya na ye mo papa
Honorable Amedo adwuma but to help you succeed under the auspices of the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, National Sanitation's Day is coming back on Saturday memene day ya ewo Local Government Institute Madina. Gentlemen, yeni enenkomo say akwetia yakwaba, but there are fallouts. I will resign if MPP loses because ya adwuma. We need engagement ya ni ebe nyina ntimi minim se ebe wini. Yen wini a New Japan South akonya me de to. Kwansi aboba ba wie ne to fa ho. For nrabo we here. O se asem ne de me kan wa mama no ne kopa ya mo fa nchebe. But there's pressure mounting. If you're chinako, ebe adwuma bi wo Eastern region ko for you have to be specific. Because amanfo bi eboa wo mo ho atom hogu montene so it demanded the resignation of the MP. Almost say the title honorable no. Honorable. Nti waya wahye boa woni so. Nana Kuyamo nsi. Ebe Mrs. Suspended. The dismissed Chief Justice in some komo edapono so. Na yahwena. Nana ade na say nsi.
Oh. I mean the grounds.
Nana Kuyamo Abuate, a member of the MPP's communication team. What can I say? Ali Ibrahim Ekasa Edema NDC Amanyoko. Nana Mamintio.
Okay, Bibi, Dedika no mechia o ne utima oni omu yedwuma no.
Ya joso.
Na machia watie fo no. Enwumre de medincha mu hwam bema owura medincha kese mu odin pa bema owura Nana Hinkan. Ye friend Rua Godfred Eyim do na friend Nana Hinkan the golden boy out of Kede constituency. Papa no de abrante no na ho brase na adwuma obo ho no ne de etuwa che adwuma oye wo Kede constituency no ne de ebi mbada na me ogidi se bia nyame na duma ebi adachi bi dachi hini min kana say dachi hini papa bi pa
manemra himfie na mehu nananom na
uni how cry
yen hye no komu den
uni how cry nti Nana Hinkan the golden boy enyimre mechiao mecha na wie so na machia yerua adwin kese
the golden boy the other to go dana
the be but
academia yi ho de adwuma ekoso
be but on the o event be December be or yeah sika o de shema like just to light up the town and the kikan we there or for over exactly so or Hinkan Foundation or the boa mebunu so mo wo ho no nti me sure say we start ye pan when mu ye nema before say obi a person or politics bia what me start if you touch the hearts of the people now on so far say we are already so person contest election like you already have the support of the masses.
I want to take you on but many time we are pleasantries into the anymore.
All right.
More dad uncle for now was touching hearts.
Oh,
your concert I know I am manipa.
No,
we will organize show I know I am.
Mamika Bincho.
For Peduma you.
Ejuma no wo ho.
Go for Peduma.
Ade obi
hospitals papa
exactly. But ono no ejuma no ahe na obetimi aye ama idea the kita no e no ma
okay
we be company a obefa nipa wo
edwuma
but say edwuma ne ba ya nti maybe say
nana vacancy bia na ba bia tie me bo bia CV wa ha odi enko eni
so makasa
mama ne mra hemfi na
mate
ye hye no komudi
mate makasa wie no so be din chia kese emu ohwan be ma yeru adwen kese John Bodu
okay
no so oba as national chairman
incoming
inshallah ya de da o say inshallah obefa
yeah
na makasa wie no so yeru Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia ono so me din chia kese emu odin edemano na minim say
still signal is strong there
inshallah signal there is more than strong signal no jinani nine so
okay
jinani nine so the same thing
okay mo yin
other we no ba no mo tete no yes nti sanity sana mo nya betete awe ti me boru am straight
okay
yes say call on new job in South MP no so on resigning because wakoka say I mean, never be on my metia, yana a yamesri kakra. Nti say waka bibi. Enye say waka so, enye say waka wakodi a true assembly, and our wakoye bibi a ye dishonorable, so to speak. Oh, come on. What are we talking about here? Ne odi ehwe, de kobrane edi ye ne nyonkun a woni nyina ye not na. And you say, wa show buphobia na wa yo boni bimpo. Cameras, SCC ni so say, cameras ni so say, na papa penimu say, hold you, unyonku bema, me bono, yusu unprintable words. Oh, no crampo no moon can't chance on uncle resigning. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Because so a national executive member.
National executive.
I said, don't get any
papa penimua, anka. Man kwala ni mponye
the post no I said don't get any ho no ho
yo emponi
or not so ahi
no first nti say onu mpokra mpono yen kan chene so on resigning na obi akoka say me see ye be wini say man wini a ye wini sa constituency we a me resigning nti mo resigning nti mo say mo for so on resigning on what ground ade wakokun obi. I mean, we should just
na obi dey to see no come so challenge any more no
ono na dey challenge man ho e no ankasa samba back akasa o menwa no me ka no keke nti mo de mo fanche enye obimpo for him to even come me papa no me onye madam for first no me wachire madeda e wo AUCC but I think ochame marketing ochame marketing but the winning year 2017 about abemu and say makocha no many times but obanya position we no and maintain Africa that my friend cry also onim and the country but onye madam for bio but onye madam for mean can say but I mean no credit down man eseka say is it what Ghanaians simple tiana is this something that will put food on Ghana for a table so ana Nipana koka na even we have heard people making reckless comments. Asema okai enye reckless comment bi no make here because me na me say me see ejuma ya no o tauti ejuma
reckless comment when akonya na nya wo de akofo bi na to abade ma wo mu gidi na to abama wo na utimi sorry on your own case over resign because wakoto challenger is it not reckless
so now who determines what is reckless?
I wonder who the word in the Bible say
yes,
reckless
because
statement.
I am saying
and I'm saying now we're reckless
where a situation a man for etimi use certain words be any de count. I mean this is not something that Ghanaians should even waste our time on. Say me and I mean tutu me who say based on the juma my yewo me sa constituency na ye kwaya by election but me who say ye be winning sa situe pande yanji pande and me resigning na sit ni yanji nti yes waka sign to resign nkofo a make statement be a divisive statement people have made statement when it is innocuous. So if you come you try to make a fuss out of this now it means you've even lost your direction for the first place. You are a ruling government. Amanfo enya gidi omu enuti na yeto in fact to the extent say Masan winning prime election win, it means there's some kind of goodwill be.
Sorry.
So Ghana for no shade him say Ubemon Wejuma. Ghana for no shade him say Boshe na wo de share omono no tinimo to aba edema wono ubedisu. Ghana for shade him say say na utimi ka kire Akufo-Addo maybe say on declare state of emergency on our water bodies no. Wankasa wuji tumu o kra o catch o challenge man Akufo-Addo government and say omun declare state of emergency na o one declare no mo so ya to abama it's been 9 months down the lane now still muntimi a drone poison am we say mode ma Akufo-Addo amana no no mo so hu say poison timu no mo dia say no the mwara. This is what Ghanaians are looking for. 24-hour economy now more promising, you know. This is what Ghanaians your friend is saying Ochiribe finu onko promise onko jina baby nka se monto abama no se monto amana obesi momo fortunately for you guys no mo na to abama and you say ye di jamwa ye aswan. So you instead of you focusing on trivialities no, you should rather focus on what you have promised Ghanaians and deliver. That is the most important thing. Now you be make a statement be say and you started she say your boss and you disu boss na mudisu na me boss aminim say masha motimedi so amagana for nyina betimeji atumu say modisu no say mo kase mo buy no mo kase ye to abama mo a mo be park Supreme Court with NDC judges no kra motime execute mo kase mo buy mo be pam Chief Justice no motime aye enti no mo sare de me metime me makemu a metime makemu ye pa say no maya de mo kase mo be ye no maye but bisa say enu ni ade Ghana for pay na enti me sir instead of this government who say it has been I mean say our policy no say they always want to focus on the minors. They are always majoring in the minors. Min kan kwechi se sia no say what airport asem denya asem no mum no and na I mean I don't know whether but say omo anka some strategy there well say Ghana for no almost the enimu an say timi adin because na MPP for yetesu no na Ghana for kan na omo ye kan so Ghana for doyen ye du ono mo kire say yes na ye no ye twen say at the right time ye be kasa I be shaking mu am kasa be confused e bia enu na ye wo no it say mo ye political party anka ye si mu ni mo wu a mo hwe na emre bi no ye beat MPP for beating over close to 1 million votes. MPP for ye there, ye timu ye there, ye kaso mo NDC for there mo better position in perpetuity. Me kram can be, but fast forward, ye ma power ni be didi ye timu ama sebi ye timi didi sebi in senfun. Neman kitikiti bi Ghanaians were not asking too much. Ye kaso assume a symbol number. Moses Sano. Yes, so the yentie because Ghana for neto abama yen. Ghana for close to 1 million votes there. And then last show. And ye be din choa and also a bimbada. Sena mama yera John Mama. I for so sadi when a bimbada no. E bia so no mo so Ghana for na neto ma yen no. Omo aso ne san tutia yen. Nti mon focus mo so ma hu sa no. You don't wait to repeat what NPP for iron. Mankasa ma shebo se mo be enema bi. Mo hwe na mo diso. Na mo nja se mo be major in the minors. Emboa. Sesi ano so what me sure say sa obake ndebe na a whole regional minister. Because me yen krani it is work akwa bana one. I mean, is that what enuna Ghana for pay na as a regional minister? Among for ye cast a street light new one more traffic light so enye juma.
And you no share boy say in 50 days Obama crying in any street light.
Yo. And so the core duty aye de ma no wonye na minus no momu eno no akwaba no ewo no sebi enye when wonye first regional minister ya power.
Akwa ma bati aba ni say na MPP mulusu poto sa aketia. Because akwetian komo na midi ba say
akwetian komo yes ni nyina kan bi won say me can be say omo major in the minors no and I'm trying to cite pointer
issues I who here also mo
ti say na me kan no nti wo de me aba back to akwetiana
na wo wi
me nto aso say akwetia no ye nyina akwetia ye nyina ye nim de course akwetia fa bi no eya na it's in two folds. Thank you. It's in two folds. One, I say, you see, obi na kana sembi say, ohene bani de ne papa te ase. Inti say yako 2024 elections na sebio MPP and winning election na. Ebi muso on mamo pese almost more per development. Inti enu no na NDC for no so capitalize on the fact say they are in government and so they can just use that as a basis. Say, omodebe hoodwinke the people of Akutia. Say, mo per development mo to abama your friend say omo candidate no because you see on anybody the any papati ase. Nti omo to abana mom. But say ya obesi anka no say eto asum. But
there's a moment counter message.
No, counter message no e wo ho no. Ye market ye ho kama. But the point is, why ye no ne krakra no say woti vote buy your course one sika mo hwe gu ho pa akwatia on mo. Oh boy, na ye there we be say ade ye feel so kwa 1 month in Bondo na say headquarters kwa. So what I say nti say hu say
more ho de na say no bibia koso.
So eno no de obe no okay say okay say ni ya tena opposition for 8 years. You enter sa 7 da. Nti it tells you I mean say general secretary position there eni nyina kan bi
but you about me that say bobreko ho na me ko Ali Ibrahim ho na me tie no on Akwatia and matters arising.
Honestly, my day menua be my ho ya papa na I think my first time of meeting him.
Okay.
But then once I will be sa no baby oden won no ya kwaya rehosem. But don't me blame be brave. Because Kamia Koye say NPP4 say communication line of communication a demo mo papa because as my behind they say a simple matter or say identity akuti amowe poto I been see that Ghana back osemo simple answer no dia kongo nwan na nwa ka kontro ka me tie agreement dey do person ochire. You see, it's important say mo be take Ghana for serious o man na yes chire no and to say ano akofo ado aban a oye nyoma troka baomia and so the head of economic management team na nyoma enkoyi a honorable member of parliament yanya omugidie akoto aba amount we are role model to a lot of teeming Ghanaian youth. What me abeshebo kakraka say selection is a man to me and we near honorable no or you actually vacate your post and resign. What is more honorable than to resign and actually save you some level of credibility? And you are here defending it. Political talk. You are calling this political talk?
Is it not?
This man actually beat his chest. Say, me, ebony, they say, me say, MPP lose, I'll resign. Now, me say, we are going to mount serious pressure on this member of parliament to resign. What ye me anase akriamwa eni mobi a oben na anaso no abena. Won fa enkomano. Say pressure pa ye de ebe to do so e wo krom ha no. Wan hwe yi a parliament okrampo onsi ho eda. Because see oman na ye reset no. Sa na da ne trekese no nsem ke kan you say atwemo say President Mahama and the president of the Republic of Ghana want to make a baby atrasa please when you were talking I was quiet. You see it is important say your mom say I mean you can't just wake up and just say anything and go scot free. I have already said it on several occasions. And I'm actually in talk with a lot of party communicators. Already others have also taken the steps, say, well, more the pressure more than pan the beton so. Now pressure na the beton so no. So one way no one resign, one way parliament to crowd you. Where the 2024 election, I mean, the seat, NPP for a seat. And so your boy, who more than pa? Yenya 23,735 and a woman 32,134. Yes, 57.52% against 42.48%. But Bibi, me kind of fit the case is to say. Your first agenda, they say, you did pressure more than papa, but so on resign. Now, me them say, pressure, they want to mean far no. I'm telling you here. You see, me say pressure no a Japan. You see, if you're a member of parliament, show, we a role model. What say? I mean, the youth. I mean, what are you telling your followers? So what to me? He can't stand both dream kabiadi about so with their political. I mean, what is that? I mean, you don't call yourself a member of parliament with such a posture and attitude. So what I say. So we, I mean. When I say we, I mean Ghanaians. Because social media, what more soprano, left, right, middle, center. A camera says, Yano, so be a mono, or Casembia, a fanatra, munyano, and the Munyambia enim. I mean, all your way, no one a good hufio. NDC members of parliament, so a good hufi, because also honorable title, no more grabby. Because we don't want to stop this, and until I the pressure echo mountain say. Yura, when I walk out, you no been a share. One hour was them say election, mobile winning flag. No one really there resign. Now or resign now, ya boy and whom day, acquire campaign more day. Now a seat and so new job in South. Yes, new job in South. Oh, now said the you must say echo. Me say, as I say, MPP for party ya egui. There's no way they can actually. But I say, and then this be winning new job. Oh, now say, I share election ya, you know, once you perform power 42, almost 43%. Even see that. Unprecedented.
But it's a constituency and I see them depend.
Yeah, depend.
New job in South there.
What's say? Oh,
new job in South.
I'm telling you, see, men person obey kata say MPP.
I say K2 no.
Men person obey kata say MPP for.
No, I mean, I'm talking because of the statistics.
I know.
Because of the statistics.
Yes, but you see, I mean, what is happening currently, no? And who can say kata sa? Because you know, Ablekumanova, ya no me. Here's more okay. Oh, Ablekumanova, they say, or some say I'm going to for you ever win, but here's some more brag, you shall have more brag, no more bit on my chest. Hey, election drew and I got to a bar. What my poto. Do one crown point to me and coffee and Guasia say cho. Woman fancy and answer sebi. Now, I mean, a quotianso, one more say, one more call. A quotia campion, my year, they say, one man gonna for you not, I say, oh, a quotia, they say, I seats. But head them ja. Break. Bro, fuck a see any checkers here. A quadruho, no Mario Poto, and him guasie. Hey, and MPP party pani. Party President Kofo Edija and Chiriba. I don't know why any poto say. Miss Suma MPP, a Radan coupon. See, ye so MPP party no mono. A beyanka party no and the quasem, so more Tom party no churches Kennedy. Because see what is happening, a very serious baby. A very serious. Meme for Ashanti region. O kwasante memoir. Woman for NPP party si form. What can MPP who asem na obi gina ha eh more de be diu. So be am for MPP mo asante memo. Party no ajija. The main reason here when na ekwaso nyina is because of say one more established Dr. Bawumia as the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party. The overwhelming majority of voters, not delegates. Oh, as for the delegate, dear woman, dear, so ma ashema oma for the mama, woman chichetika amomadi. Ti omodi by all means, Dr. Bawumia and Ombeto Amano. Now also woman peno. They are saying that Dr. Bawumia no any idea what boy. Because on one account, I'm not
discussing Dr. Bawumia.
Oh, but what I'm trying to tell you is say, Akwetia Honom no election on the entire Womudi in Cho, and because of say Dr. Bawumia, head of economic management team, you dig on the economy in Asha and Sasso and Soma, one to me and some. Akufo-Addo one economist, or see the economist, we're gonna in Asha Bawumia. I mean, what did the nsa for ma ne amambo no ye troka. Eno nti na ama election bia ye beko bia no na wo mu edi ncho. Eno nti na Dr. Bawumia abem. Enti menu enya akonya kasiesi a wobetena fidi kasie so yi. Na nka wabrɛ wo ho ase. Ahyase Ghana fo nyina acho. Say yesremo. I mean, share boss say we are moving Ghana's economy from taxation to production. So yantimi anye. A share boss say yes, one constituency $1 million. Yantimi anye. A share boss say 1 village, 1 dam. Yantimi anye. A car say you will arrest the dollar and give the keys to the IGP. Dollar you better on the bear for the year free, so now and I'm 16 Ghana cedis. To the extent say if headroom be krona dollar 17 Ghana cedis. President Mahama ba bemu or they just 5 months pay ena etimi ediba, somewhere around 10, 11, Ghana cedis. Yanti, you as a political party, Matimia di enya say. Now, over the resetting agenda, where President Mahama ba ye share said the California and Mujidi. I will be a bona abaso yourself and engina. What's it? What's it? I mean, buy a bush to me in this. So now a bush to me this one say, ya promise say, ye be saki the Chief Justice Abim. Now they get to talk on one more petition, no. Then you offer your MDs in or MBP. Daniel Ferry, or NDs in it. You see, the point of the matter is that they're more,
lawyer and a chair party order.
Hey, I was him. Listen.
Lawyer and a chair party order. But you should know, this is winning, say, Solomon Sumedu, Akotia Moempino, more candidate, the lawyer, any NDC candidate in our winning.
And I make Satam.
No, aware.
And
you will be lawyer and the party.
I know the lawyers are away. This is a hatch
baby
plan.
Me person plan on my son can say. Me person can say. See, menua de bia betu omofo. So hu. Say, dey say the nyoma say ko ye
mabuno. Mo catch re or chiribe efficient resign.
Yes.
Mo next in command.
Yes.
After Johnson Esidun Ketia. Akugudu hu enimu ase poto say. Papa Penny to say, first vice national chairman of a party in government. Now that's what they say. Mumu pagana for chow.
Well,
and I'm on can't son resign
for misconduct. Media Macono on all platforms are some see me course so say DSC no antwe I Ibrahim Ali embetna fe dikase zo enso so ensem na e course so e wo ho no. And I want to tell you and repeat it here say I condemn that in no uncertain terms. Say the course no enya dia etwa yi. Na mom nya twom na NPP for penim for ye no say omo call say e was ye chi no e na emo ye mehram kakra.
Police headquarters.
Yes, I report. Yes sir. I mean ye nyina wo krom ha e na TV3 reporter. Sir, Chairman Masawudi ya eko etreti TV3 reporter say obedi omujuma. A bar sema GJ press conference on or the mic push it to her. Yes. After that, omo grantee interviews a hodo bebre. And was say when him now say TV3 reporter not these NPP for your program bia na so ba hono ma. On what blow son about or him. The records are there. Go. Let me say, listen, to make that threat, this is what verbal threat, serious threats.
Bibi, the same,
yes.
Papa na, also a condemn. What sounds so try so by rationalizing the action take here by citing Masawood.
I'm not rationalizing it.
Okay,
I am not.
Why are you citing Masawood?
You see, I am actually saying this.
Me babe busa question.
Yes.
O say asemo wa can a threat. My first national vice chairman, essay, Sankokoto Afenyo Makin, minority leader or party officer, and Kebenya by election on the constituency.
Now, me say, I am actually not. I've already said to you, say me, the course would down. I Ibrahim Ali, member to hands so.
So why are you equalizing?
I am condemned. I'm not equalized. I'm just trying to let you know. Say,
we are condemning.
No. Say, but me say, MPP for one more afa ho and make it this commentary. Say, yenche no, and I am he. Yeah, I don't know. Investigation should go on. Listen, I support investigation. I support thorough investigation. If the investigation will later lead to any invitation or arrest, I care less. But the point is, JJ president eba bontin edebetu just say I mean a traitor sa Masawudi edima journalist nyoma e course so ewo hoi enya de atwa yie enti MPP aban enye den invite na so monche no wo mo an issue statement impo ewo de e course so Ghana fana yina bebi obefa bi obia ekasa etiai so you didn't at that point ask for the arrest or invitation of your third vice chairman. Not even a comment or commentary on the incident. And attorney na against more candidates there. And all the but the Bible to abontin say, I mean, yen arrest no. I don't know because if you want us to take you serious in everything, or so what me trust. Well, said a course one on the was okay, but a boy there was a arrest. And you see, Afenyo Markins. Yes, Medima no a sing no. Afenyo Markins. Problems e course war ewo NDC MPP party mu nyina no so bo ne nyina no yemfa nso Afenyo Markins. So bo ne nyina no I mean Afenyo Markins di oyeye ye nti bi oni kroma na Afenyo Markins MP mu minority leader what me akọ line up MPs honorable members of parliament so senkwala so mo march enkoda for munumuni because of say chairman listen apart from that ni all trances ahodo nyina wo ye nyina no entwa yi so no enti se na yakọ akotia akodi ntwa. These are a whole lot of reasons including see in summary me say NPP be etimi agina na nan so biema advice me dey mo muni. Advice number 1. Yeah. Baumia was almost expelling it from the Neo-Patriotic Party. Bedemaka say Baumia and the cause of all these troubles. Woman no mon sesa Afenyo Markins. Or not as micro minority leader. No do a boy or our parliament honum. Woman sesa no the obia said your top politics as say or say mensa or say mensa bonswa e idea e be day e be boy. Ali Ibrahim made us say oh the chat to kra no. In summary
yes,
one page. The chat to kra no. Mesre woman. Woman ko frɛ Alankwadwo Tiamatemu Emra. So party no obetimi present candidate obetimi amachi NDT because
MPP we can
person me hunu Dr. Baumia say be pair no with any NDT candidate e be dimini your integrity
Ali Ibrahim that's
I don't like it that way omotimi esanka mane beje ho pa
okay so baby Nana me rebuttal
before your rebuttal Mamen Kankan say we'll go on to the next subject.
Yeah.
But you can use a few minutes of your time to rebut issues that were raised. Now you Chief Justice has seven so. I mean to on that matter too.
Okay. So NDC NDC for ne a so-called rationalization I don't know. One can say, can assume one way, not the other one. So now, just say what's a negative statement about they can make, Then it means it's better off not even making that statement, at all. One, what's say, me fun free baby.
The time you very about that.
So, Obi Akase, Obi make a comment. This comment said American, it is trivia, and. Again, I mean, it is trivia. Somebody, even your president, time or opposition, what are some more for a Boko conflict? No, what here? Such statement, when they condemn money.
That's one castle berries.
No, but for you to make this comment, say anytime NDC power and Boko becomes peaceful.
Now what be NDC?
You all Ghanaians an apology. But no company Ghanaians yen can once more. Now make us they always want to measure in the minors. That's the way I more can once then a change that statement here President Mama Emeki. Minja no see on more. Ghanaians are the best judges.
Okay.
And secondly, so or making statement be say Dr. Baumia can be na MPP yedru me catch me person me ma wuti asese Dr. Baumia no onu na de ne ba umpeo Dr. Baumia yɛde ne ba wonim sɛ menim sɛ wahwɛ video bi ana yɛwura asɛdu nketia ɛka se Dr. Baumia kora de ɔyɛ ndc ni na ne maame kora yɛ women organizer te sɛ ɔno kampo asɛdu nketia kampo nyampo anka Baumia aba ndc so wotia no na wo make those comments na I mean obia experience you feel say you are saying nketia ono like yes utan wa kwedu a where in America ono asiedu nketia general chairman po etimi egweshi se nka Baumia kwa wo NDC a na wo I mean don't go there Dr. Baumia no ya de ne beba afenyo markets wo say afenyo markets ama MPP na afenyo markets mpo da be na ye no majority leader
mine no
No. Say then no a majority leader. And so maybe just say that be was it like 2 months to election? And so na no majority leader. Now if you are on a transition called minority leader. So what can say na anka because officer or your soft move to me a buffer no. On your soft sa on your didn't do osahini. Na share a similar statement or no campo yan can say what's it Masawudu what's what threatening honestly uba mi ho a me pese obeba mi ho uba mi ho no a mebo yen fa ne say there's that statement I can't record there's that statement but I see me mba mi ho ono na aka to se me mba no nti wo say wo ka to se me mba na uba then but you have someone who in the presence of the media obi granting interview keke na wotimi ba ebe interrupt interview no ono kasa no kwampo no sere
so wa asema working say o principle na wa lay down to defend Masaudu anything to go by then I'll reflect as okasmo kan fa penyo market ho dia to eni mabusa say no so be justify na
no
say o say Masaudu say reporter ne ba ne ho a nti e conditioner o ba me ho a amra azoka ekọ NDC office no o say sanko be to apenyo market wo ho a
no
but no more problem
baby statement na azoka emeki ye no baby omo ye interview no nye ya fe ne say
no there are 2 instances ne one Masaudu ntokwa no nko
the enemy etiase
na threat no we show against
a statement e wo himfa
say
enye NDC party office no issues
asem no kai ne ne kanya baby no gina kan
nti se wo si ubeto no wo baby okoto no o mo ne
oso beto no ne party office ho a
na party office asat the time o kasa na party office
but he referred to the party office emra o kasa so he was not talking about baby no gina no
according to
o say sanka yakoto no wo yen party office ho a o ye general secretary no ba ye office ho he was referring to the office not baby no gina eno a conditioner and no the only problem
no meba
but Masaudu ka say reporter bi ba no ho a and no the justify
yembisa ese anye bia sebio afenyo markets no sebi wabodam na obekon NDC for party office or ko say bibi on mana santro no
you can make that argument
so
but the principle you established
so I'm saying
for the Masaudu is the same principle
no it is totally different because
how is it different
this is the point I'm saying there's no way for the and I make us the premises in the campo are even wrong. There's no way impo say afenyo markets beka so party office wo ko eden so kwa say they ko eden
but has afenyo market denied going there?
It has never happened.
He granted an interview. He never commented on baby Okoye.
No, it depends on
Omamba about baby nice one ko in this office.
They be it is not obi when e bisano obi mbisano
che bia no so na busa statement azokasmo kafa no ho
no me say asem na azoka say azoka no ono say obeto no obebia na ogina na
there be when one kasa
enye party office one
listen to the tape again
so the point I'm making is say it is factually inaccurate for someone to suggest say afeni markets echo party NDC for party office one mo so okwa say omobibi say denti I mean how he knows the rules and he will play by the rules. So the point I'm raising is that you can't approbate and reprobate. So nipa na ya de na enye na o condemn, just condemn and move on. You don't have to come and be making unnecessary justification and comparing apples to orange to something now. I don't think say make it will even inure to your benefit. Now Main court straight to the point of next point, Chief Justice. Yena se na medical makano. Idea NDC for Nankasa Atnasi. It's a plan, well planned. And oma planning say on BSID we. And on mobile no, oma setting roadmap. And a roadmap no so omatimi I use amatimi implement it roadmap no. And finally they've got the man the woman off. That was what they planned to do. And of course, except say young Oman capture no or manifesto no, but they made several commentary. As a mobile Chief Justice no, on be resetting, on be Chief Justice nephew. Na even one of the statements Yera John Mama make say reforms omo pesa omo making no say current Chief Justice no enya dey on one or betimi ama sa reforms no ayeyi nti omo ba omo ankasa omo di omo new Chief Justice beba no be make sure say sa reforms omo pesa omo dey ba no. So it's something that they've hashed this plan and they've been able to develop a roadmap and now has been successful in implementing this roadmap. Now, says here no ye be say the crack say oko na nemum na sadly we know I will still need some legal interpretation because nipa no occupy the position be and through that no mo say mo cover some baseless useless allegation be edebebo no and amodi gina so di yi no in her capacity as a Chief Justice. But for the president to even go a step further to relieve her of her post or analysis was sacking as a justice of the Supreme Court is something that it is very dangerous. Because say the position even petitioner or the petition was to remove the person of
say or conduct has been found to be stated misbehavior
in your line of duty
as Chief Justice. A Chief Justice must be a Supreme Court judge before wait my Chief Justice. It is if as Chief Justice one misconduct or who in office
supposedly.
It is not. I mean, as we speak, the committee's report is final until we can refer to that. In 10 years, supposedly.
But
you can disagree with it, but the reference is to the facts. Yeah. Okay. How
now,
do you qualify to still sit as a judge?
No,
as a Supreme Court judge?
No, but the petitioner, the petition, or say there, or so if he as Chief Justice.
But the effect is not just limited to.
And in fact, share a provision 146 now. There's no way. Just say yes, you say we Chief Justice no. Chief Justice say the office not occupy no as a Chief Justice no. And I will say we know. And I just say obey. And now, since why really when nothing now occurs okay, since we if you want as Chief Justice, but we are not saying can say so was saying as a Justice of the Supreme Court.
So when says she's not fit to be a judge.
So
misconducted
even that misconduct no more can no. We all know say and I make us say then a well planned hashed agenda because so mama because social petition you compare. This petition is just frivolous and vexatious petition but because someone can some dada hold on to that strong and but they should mind you say like they should be minded say sa a son of a sa say a papa or china it will also come back and bite them. Oh, say, make us Yera John Mama no. He's a type he's very, very vindictive. Okay? Yes! He's very, 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 very vindictive.
Really?
Oh, say, anything Shatawale on. Me pe edino de mano. Was it the smiling mafia? Allah. So I need the message.
I mean,
show. your friend say Yera former late John Evans Atamels. Some almost crazy you say oh ye Chief Justice they were sad petition be so by saying ye Chief Justice Georgina Theodora Wood Infion. Na your friend say ye jata kaso dabi sad way dear on try me sure say sad time nanka ye John Mama na tesu anka no so nka sa no be but we don't do that. Sisi na wo ye no what ma sisi I'm for me say no me like now I don't even have faith in our judiciary system. Me I don't have faith in that. Because sisi no omo nyama amoye nyina kire say ade say wo the MPP ni na wo the wasem call on ma kire say omo amaka omo mo no justice is no more no. Sisi say chief justice mpo ye da na ordinary justice. So now no obia be try so obey things to please the government of the day, which is very dangerous. Even at our time, chief justice, and some MPP crampo di court to crampo no. Otimi bo asem ni guye.
Okay, Nana,
it tells you say time no crampo na justices no crampo. Chief justice na yan kasa ya appointing no crampo timi kan say no. Timi president timi kan say no.
How many cases? I didn't know unanimous FC title.
So unanimous FC na ye canon.
Kanda Park then National Security Minister or say the way our MPP case be omuko bi omwini na National Security concern we
no but satam na okai no kampo me ba satam na okai satam no satam na Chief Justice we your friend saying get to talk on no na Chief Justice
tell you how endemic that thing was.
No but the point is if that is what you are, so if that is what you are saying, and I may patch says a no component, and yes, our Chief Justice no.
Yeah, but no patch say and no chiro how partisan.
So even as at that time,
and no nature how partisan. Even the then National Security Minister saw
the judiciary. They were no who know all can because I mean so onye judge inti like onye inti like
it was the judiciary no address you.
Me patch say ono one onye lawyer inti onim de ekoso. Onim how I never see ko.
And I may make a point. Security Minister.
Come on, please. And I may pattern say, me more example say, sa judges no, we the kwana ko check Supreme Court sa unanimous FC no more kana omo kano. Na justice is your more kan wasem poma no on kan bi. Your friend saying justice your current acting
chief justice all of a sudden poma be than NDC.
No me come asem me patch say.
What they all come asem.
Say me more example say. Sa unanimous FC na ye kan wasem no. Na justice poma no on kan bi ana.
No kan.
Na justice we your current acting chief justice Bafuboni no on kan bi ana. Nti satam no obi na influence na aside.
Nti sankofo yan so na atena asem so ba ne say nti ene no mo so ene o madane ana.
Tie mama ka bibi ncho. Assassin we no it is very no. Very easy. Oh no mama answer. What be some question mama answer? So when him say obia si says akonya ya wote so yi ebia mesume ai sa akonya no baka na men kan cho na akonya abeto ho no say me clear on fi on mo ebia men jage o na men bu for say na be ametimi atena sa akonya no so a menye
na me da say Ali pon me nko.
Well I think say me the American tofoba me bono bibia tofa say
what tofa no say
omre
yes it starts the current Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. See, I want the Chief Justice here. I will be a former idea. I will not miss words. I will not be hypocrite to say, I am not happy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
When the first NDC person.
Yes, I say I am very happy for her removal from office because the Chief Justice called for her removal. ETB. Emrana President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, the former director for the Ghana School of Law, a petition the office of the president then say Nyoma Bebrea Daniel Forisu kan Wasama. I mean a petition and a free, office no. Wobo bosso o petition President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Your uncle several other petitions ekoya reply so what I say. So if you have such a learned manner on what me crampa petition say in free with other several petition that should actually ring a bell. On several occasions, a lot of civil society organizations and other, concerned citizens were all criticizing. Say, the work of the Chief Justice, because about cases with the MPP, a more of so NDC and winning cases, men are NDC are winning the court. And one of the reasons here, when we in the said the accusation, of course,
MPP what power, Jachikwesi movie at forcing.
Now, some cases they are very clear. Listen, cases are want to mean manipulation. There's nothing you can do about it because you can't do any serious or major, manipulation. To want to mean baby and fahon.
Auditor General.
Please, my brother, can you please quiet and let me talk? The me depa was say one of the accusations is say the process was will follow a recommending, judges to the bench, won't follow our process, and it's one of the reasons here the leak committee report by Nyabi Ekenkaye. So now you say Akufuado Esheda Edenebaho said the Ebeya on the Beya Kanana to pack the Supreme Court with NPP judges. Unprecedented in the history books of Ghana. What to say, President to be appointing a former parliamentary candidate of a political party. When you man your semi campaign, one platform to the other, called Radio Sunni TV, so in support of a political party. Now, what to me at Cabrino, Swankoye Supreme Court judge. And to honor the most didn't say. The due process was so more fast in naming.
Justice Palmer, no,
Justice Palmer. I mean, no, no, they catch him.
Was a whole general secretary of CPP.
Not a general secretary for PNC. Me say, no, a general secretary for NDC and as a PNC.
Party in the actual.
And I said, no, I mean, we don't. So where is our interest? Your interest in the way. MPP to do the bidding of the MPP. I mean, which political party brought Akufo-Addo to office?
And Justice Foreman, Justice Foreman was the chairman of the committee.
Yes,
Justice Stockholm.
Yes,
Yenkas or NDC bidding.
Or NDC ni.
Yenkas or NDC bidding.
I don't know where NDC bidding.
Judge Yen Juma, who said judge and Juma, who saw your party bidding.
The antenna we didn't call at home. The cases are what they are saying now.
Justice Foreman was general secretary. Justice Foreman was general secretary of
PNC, not NDC.
And then the offshoot.
There is some hypocrisy in what you are saying.
Yes. Let me know.
Your challenge is sending panel MPP antecedent.
Yes.
And you don't know how.
Yes.
Then you are being hypocritical. Because if it is about a judge, what some more party be taken so that, then you should be having problem with Justice Poorman, who chaired the committee of justice, talk on with your office.
Why should we have problem with him?
Because he's doing your bidding.
I wouldn't have any problem. I wouldn't have any problem if the judge who was appointed or to serve in the Supreme Court. Listen, I wouldn't have any problem. Senkonya MPP ni na other political party bia say bia PNC, UGCC and any political. Why is it hypocritical? Why is it hypocritical? Because we actually saw say most of the cases are not a year in line with the NDC MPP no what to me equal supported those cases and they go through. And you can want some. So I have a case here. Idea Justice Paul when I can want some in him so NDC near and it will be a different conversation altogether. PNC is not NDC.
PNC
so NDC packing the Supreme Court.
PNC for the NDC
achida.
They have never been anti-NDC. Omunyama baby omo you cry in tandem with the NDC. Their whole national chairman has stood side by side with the NDC in demonstrations.
But
you have Star Wars from PNC and almost several.
That doesn't also make them NDC. We are talking about two different political parties here at the same time.
Judge be say or your party be bidding because the decision a favor party be and na justice poor man. Yanka say or your NDC bidding ana.
I said the NDC ni.
Ma somebody be NDC answer.
Sir Obia, listen. I will have a serious challenge with President Mahama. Sir Onemo, a non-member of the NDC to the Supreme Court
unanimous FC.
Yes.
Mo segregate ye judge kro ye MPP ni judge kro ye MPP ni. Mo ka omo nyina bo mo ka so mo ye MPP bidding. Mewa.
Yes.
Inti enese judge bi akwa take a decision in favor of NDC a. Ni e ka se oye NDC bidding a. Why shouldn't we say so?
Have you heard the 7 appointee President Mahama Ebo Omudin so Womonko Supreme Court?
Yes.
Do you have challenge with any of them?
I don't have to. I don't have any challenge with them.
Have you heard anyone complaining?
I'm looking at them as judges, not as political people.
Have you heard anyone complaining, say, Bakobi politically affiliated or allied to one political party or the other? Have you heard something like that?
Moka unanimous FC, no. Mo segregate ye, mo select omo ye party for. Mo ka nyina bom from unanimous FC, and you called all of them MPP judges.
And we have proof to indicate
that all those judges were MPP.
Listen.
Or are MPP.
Do you know that appointment to the bench or more Supreme Court did one more than 90%? I go forward on appointee or more.
Omo President Mahama appoint him to say nyenka so mbe NDC adwuma na.
Me say
it is the constitution. Constitution is say the president shall appoint members of the Supreme Court and Parliament will vet them.
And who leads the charge for appointment? What process will have to go through before the appointment?
So if you are questioning the process,
I am questioning the process.
Then it means but it's the same process now. President Mahama they appointed 7. And
so we haven't. And I just asked you, said Nemo Bakua. I mean, Oye, known member of the NDC. What's the name?
All the judges appointed by Nanado. Bowomu omo MPP fooding.
Let me just give you one.
Me say Bowomu, what's 7? Omo appoint to nyina where MPP for no be MPP adjuba. Bomudin next say the mami evidence say say nipa 15 or say nipa 10 no omo nyina MPP for.
Ana me say
a question to tell you something. Meba.
Go ahead.
We have an institution to guard and to protect.
Yes.
Process and another faso at the appointed judges at the same process na President Mahama faso appointed 7. Why don't we want to respect the process and leave it like that? Adentina, near President be through the Constitution biano. Yemfa a partisan lens and why?
Do you believe or accept the reports of the committee? Just said.
Yes.
Do you believe in that?
I do.
And so one of the reasons here is Chief Justice said the process I will come once them say the same process as President Mahama Fasono. One must say I go forward this process no faso yi. And unti and one must say Chief Justice won't call. And so you can't tell me say it's just saying just a moment.
Are you saying say are you saying say committee ni say any Chief Justice because the Kufuor afa kwampa so anyina na
one of the reasons
I have never listen. Quote it for me.
One of the reasons. I'll get it for you. I'll get it. Let me see whether I can find it here.
Chief Justice because she was not properly appointed.
No, Chief Justice not properly. No, I'm not saying she wasn't properly appointed. What I'm saying is I mean, a charge or leading, the Chief Justice, get you to no one about appointment to bench Supreme Court judges was leading the charge, but also consult other people. And the committee work is saying, one consult will be she did that unilaterally. She did that unilaterally. That is the bone of the contention.
You don't understand what you are saying. You don't understand what you are saying.
The process was one fast word, one fast.
All the appointed judges are now.
So that was.
I have read thoroughly the committee's conclusions. Nowhere did they say that.
Oh. Then you haven't read entirely. Then you have
a one-page document too.
They make an one just
a one-page document.
They make an one just entirely. They make an one just now. What must say? Please. I just want to quote that here for you right now. Unfortunately, I can't get that. So let me just summarize. Let me summarize. On my biant me nkoso. if you don't have faith and trust in our institutions, especially the judiciary, se ɔman no anya gyidie ɛwɔ yɛ judicial system no a ɛmo a ɛnya adeɛ a ɔman no bɛkɔ so, people will take the law into their hands. And that is what we were seeing when, Getty Tokonu was in office.
The amount for taking laws into their hands.
Are even happy, say, the Chief Justice, a lot of people in this country are rallying behind that, removal.
All right.
So
public sentiment and public taking laws into their hands under Chief Justice Tokonu. They taking laws into their hands. You see.
Oh, listen. Hold on.
What
I will actually advise the Chief Justice say,
the
former Chief Justice say, enough is enough. What be yebi? Eko. Obian to me the constitutional breaches are President Mahama a breachy. Of our quine sumra quine sorting and at the end of the day.
Say Neboshan with this Neboshan. Neboshe Oshe Oba Bay Chief Justice. Anyway, when any BBS or any BBS,
one more
yes, it's
these are the same judges we were paneling.
And these are the same judges you said were biased.
Everyone is now. We are resetting.
Judges no mu no
let's be factual.
Say na omutimi hwe enim e ka kire happy with the Chief Justice with ka kire. I mean then Nanado say kwan a odifa so di yi ya odomelevo no enye obi otimi nya kokuduro otimi ka. This is what we want. Say justices no ebetimi feel free. Say government ni e bibi na say enye na mo de asem ne back court a mo betimi hwe government enim aka say munja na de mo ya no mo di nkwa asem. Ye peja system mo betimi anya kokuduro akasa. And say mo ye no mo de hu asem mu. Say mo betimi
mo be sesa na de be yi.
Hey, enye wona be kan.
Mo be sesa no.
Mo ba me see NDC judges na ye be yi omu nyina afio. Yes. Say we omu na mo de aba omu na e train. Say ano so say bibi wonim say ano so ye first say Charlotte say
they never again.
Ebe kakra Jimensa so enam kwan so ko.
Ana ono no tie oni mo bi oben na.
Ali Ibrahim Jidemuma, the NDC, Nana Kwamabwati Jidemuma, the MPP, Midine Bismark Brown, Meda AMT Minase, Reynald Ajiman, and Collins Nana Mwako. Gentlemen, Madam Wasi, Yamishramu. Up next, Happy Kasiabo, and you may not see Andiano. Ochina Yami Aduma will be here to wrap up the week. I am not sure who see ya, Mammy. Why? Now, one may essential radio subi. Enjoy the rest of our shows and have a good evening. Enti senior midi kanka no memene da ya 9 a.m. memene da 6th of September. His Excellency the President, together with the Minister of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, launch a National Sanitation Day. A clean environment, our responsibility. Yenina ye wo chefa wo mu. Iti mi fa we ntwa wo to na fe yenko na yenko fa kase no. Hye no so. Say memene da efi memene da no. The last Saturday of every month. It will happen. Under the auspices of the Honorable Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. Have a good evening.